Hello, everybody, and welcome back into another episode of SFBN End Zone. My name is Ryan Trubisky here with you once again on another wonderful Friday night. Let's have a quick look at the schedule for tonight's games that we've got on the slate. Got some big-time matchups this week. We'll get that here for you in just a moment. But we've got many great things to show you here this week. We've got LaSalle versus St. Joe's Prep. Lower Marion at Garnet Valley. Why am I missing at Kirkallo? LaSalle, St. Joe's Prep, as I mentioned, that should be a really great game. Emmaus at Easton, Pennsbury at Pennridge, and CB West at Neshaminy. We're going to get you out to CB West and Neshaminy right now as they've just wrapped up the coin toss and they're getting ready to start. Enjoy.
6 receptions for 40 yards, and Caden DeCastro added a field goal to make it 10-7, and Travis Lavala added a 1-yard touchdown run as Neshaminy went on to win at 17-7. They got contributions from all over last week as Carter Clee contributed 14 carries for 20 yards. Colby Bracey had 3 receptions for 14 yards, and the senior Travis Lavala 29 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. And the big thing for Neshaminy last week, Mackay, they were able to run 83 plays on the offensive side of the ball compared to Pennridge's 38. And that is always a big contribution when you can run that many plays on offense.
Yeah, ball control. That's what I like to call it, the name of the game, really, because once you controlling the possession of the ball, you sure seem to have, the time on your hand, and the lead is usually on your side. We
will step aside for the National Anthem opening kickoff coming up next from the Ridge right here on the WBCB Sports Network.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight stars.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota is the choice for your next vehicle purchase or service this season. With new Toyota models available for immediate delivery and over 100 certified used and pre-owned vehicles for any budget. Plus service specials to keep you on the road to victory. Shop or schedule online at teamtoyota.net or choose one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton. Are you part of the team?
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
The Humeville Inn on Trenton Road in nearby Humeville is your hometown craft beer and pub food establishment since 1997, with daily specials and the best place to catch every Phillies game this season.
I've been in Emmaus, I've been in Easton, covering these games.
And it's always come down to, having my son and my daughter go through Easton over the last, been in the last 7 years. What's come about is it's always the team that wins is the one that's the underdog, the one that comes in as the not the self-proclaimed, but what the experts think is the underdog. And tonight, I really don't know who that is. I really don't know which team takes that underdog role in this game because each one has done different things to be successful throughout the season. We talked about Emmaus. Their offensive line, they're big. They have some size. They're going to wear on that. They're going to work with that running game. Easton has some playmakers. They have size on the perimeter. So talking to the coaches, it's interesting how they feel that's going to play out in this game.
We mentioned it's a pink out. Also, want to give a shout out to Culligan Water. Culligan Water asks, when is the last time you had your water tested? Get a free in-home water assessment from Reynolds Culligan. Visit yourwater.net for more information. That's yourwater.net. We are seconds away from getting underway here at Cottingham Stadium. Expect, again, a good matchup between these two teams here at Cottingham Stadium. Emmaus and Easton both sitting at 3-0 on the season. So glad you could be here, Al DiCarlo. 3-3 on the season. They would have liked
we would have been way back.
Yeah, we would have been past week 7, right?
Correct. And I misspoke earlier. This is the only game tonight. Pat are putting together 2 6A classification teams. Pleasant Valley has moved down to 5A, so that Northampton-Pleasant Valley game is a 5A, 6A matchup.
So you were wrong and I was wrong. We're ready to go.
Got that out of the way.
Even
We're ready to go for a good game.
Now we're ready. All right, Easton will kick off. It'll be Noah Burlaka. And Matt is already standing up in the press box. This one down to about the 15-yard lines, bobbled there for a moment, then picked up by Riley Genfrey. And we'll get up towards the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll start things off. And we'll take a look at our starting lineup.
And we talked about him earlier, Josiah Williams, the quarterback. You look at him, he looks more like a running back, looks more like a fullback, standing at over 6 foot, 250 pounds. But he has that offensive line in front of him. Ashelman, Mercado, Attar, Landino, McHugh. Those guys need to open up holes tonight against a smaller defensive front, but a very active defensive front.
So they'll mark it actually at the 29, and we'll get our first look here at the offense with Josiah Williams leading the way. Man in motion, they're going to fly it that way, and they missed a tackle. Not getting much after that, it was Jarrett Cooper. But, Matt, that's early, and that's the first play of the game. You don't want to miss tackles against the Emmaus team.
No, you don't. And luckily you only give up a short amount of yardage. But like I said, this defensive front, Crossman, Diaz, Labossiere, Macon, they need to continue to be active. They need to use their speed, their agility, their quickness to not lock up with this offensive line, but able to get around them and get into the backfield and cause chaos.
So a pickup of about a yard. They'll go with the split backs once again, just underway here from Cottingham Stadium. They'll have two receivers to the near side. Now they'll float one in that direction again. And Williams was trying to go forward, but there was nowhere to go. He was quickly wrapped up on the play by Peter Diaz.
And Peter Diaz has been doing a good job of that from his our defensive tackle position. He gets a good push. He's playing well against the run this season, where he's able to get a push and get to Josiah Williams before he can get started.
So that quickly for Emmaus will bring a third down and long as the ball sits right at the 30-yard line. Just underway. Crowd, as usual, especially here on the home side, they are packed. So they go third down and 9. Williams, straight pass, coming to the near side, and he'll complete that one. That'll be short of the first down as he gets into the hands of Rafael Terrero, and they'll bring up fourth down.
And it's going to be an interesting call because they're really close to that first down.
Matt, you and I talked to the coaches about that offensive line. You've been saying about the offensive line that they're bigger, right? Emmaus, do you go here?
They are bigger, and I think this is a good call. And can you play on Easton's emotion and their excitement to try to get them to draw them off sides? But Easton calls a timeout, which I think now kind of takes that hard count out of the equation.
Timeout brought to you by Culligan Water. Culligan Water asks, when's the last time you had your water tested? Get a free in-home water assessment from Reynolds Culligan. Visit yourwater.net for more information. That's yourwater.net. Matt, just, a minute and a half, not even 2 minutes into the game, and the first time out for Easton. Being prepared for that. And, you see this a lot of times, and you and I talk about this at all. You're only at the 38-yard line. Again, you're challenging your offensive line to get a little push, and at the same time, now you take the timeout, you're Matt Seneca, you're saying, listen, we stop them here, we can really grab some momentum.
They can, but when you look at Emmaus right now, I think Coach is in there. He's talking to his offensive line. He's talking to Josiah Williams. I can't see this ball being taken out of Josiah Williams' hands. I think they're going to get that offensive line and bring in an extra blocker in number 25, one of the running backs, John Wassel, listed as a tight end, H-back. So I think they're going to try to spread out that secondary and then just come up and run, and I stand corrected.
Or they just punt that one away, which I knew all along they were going to do. I just don't want to tell you that. Inside the 10, and this one will go down to about the 9-yard line. So great job by Williams to let that one fly.
And in this chess match tonight, I think that's a real good decision. Again, I'm not against going for it there and just relying on that offensive line. But, again, a good decision. You have everybody up. So here we talked about Cole Ordway already. Dorian Thomas coming in at running back. He's filling in for William Day, who's out for the season injured, unfortunately. But it's the playmakers in Colin Torres, J.C. Wilson, Jasir Fretchie, not listed, number 81, Colin Torres. Those are the guys that are the playmakers on the perimeter. And Coach Seneca mentioned how he wants to get the ball out to them on the perimeter as quickly as possible.
Now they'll start things off for the 9, and then we'll go with 4 receivers on the right side, 3 together packed in. Ordway going to throw, or is he? Straight through with the defense, and he has a lot of room, and he gets across the 25 for a real ortho first down.
And you see what Easton does. They spread them out, and when you spread them out, you limit what they can do at that line of scrimmage. That defensive line, 3 guys rushing against 5, they really can't do too much. And then it's just Ordway finding a hole and just coming up in that hole and then getting some extra yardage.
So a good start here for the Red Rovers and Ordway. Ordway going to screen this one across and tries to get to the outside and has some space and a solid pickup there on the first down.
You have to credit the wide receivers for Easton holding their blocks at the point of attack out on the perimeter, able to give him freedom to pick up some yardage on first down.
That was Jordan Alston, a 5'10", 165-pound senior.
Number 5, Jordan Mitchell on the stop for the Green Hornets. Second down and 5 for the Red Rovers. Ball spotted on their own 32-yard line.
So second down and 5. Ordway will hand this one off, and nowhere to go on the play. Quickly in on the defense was Riley Bechtel. Bechtel at 5'11", $185.
And I'm not quite sure. I don't think that was a blitz. It didn't look like he was coming on a blitz. He just read that play from the get-go, came through the backside gap between the center and the guard, and brings him down in the backfield, kind of forcing Easton into a tough third down conversion, especially deep in their territory.
So they'll line up the way they did on the first down, first play of the game. Now push it outside. Here comes the pressure right through the middle. They miss getting Ordway. Now Ordway gets loose. He comes to the near side, gets a block in front, and he goes down the sideline, tiptoeing, and finally gets popped out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a real ortho first down.
And he eludes the tackles there. Emmaus had them in the backfield. They had the guys there. They had a nice blitz coming from the linebacker, but Ordway eludes the tackles, gets out, picks up a good block from J.C. Wilson, number 17, on the perimeter, and able to pick up good yardage on that third down.
Down to 7:45 on the clock. Ordway goes 3 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Makes a nice long count now, screens it across. And again, some missed blocks. We talked about it earlier, Matt, for Easton on Emmaus' defense, the way it was. But now all of a sudden we've seen a couple missed blocks for the Emmaus Green Hornets, and it's giving you the extra 4 or 5 yards when you're moving downfield. And again, it was Jordan Alston.
And it makes it difficult and challenging. When we talked to Coach Seneca, he said about how to kind of limit this defensive line and the size advantage and the strength advantage of Emmaus. He wants to get the ball to the perimeter, and he's done that pretty much every play in this series, where he's spread them out and just kind of allowed that defensive line just to be alone and then exploiting their holes in that.
Second down and 4. Absolutely buried. Easton defense coming to play. That time defensively, it was John Wassel who had a big stick. Take a look.
Yeah, you're going to see on the perimeter, it's a missed block by the running back. He doesn't get a hand on him at all, and then that allows Wassel to make that big hit in the backfield for a loss, and this puts Easton behind in the chains early in this drive.
And Andrew Biddle had no chance whatsoever. Once he started to make that turn, all he saw was a white jersey in front of him. So third down and 8, ball just about midfield. Ordway has time to throw, and he fakes it, now tucks it in and try to go to the far side, but not much there as he made the turn. Thought he was going off field, and guess who's there again for the tackle is Riley Bechtel. He's been busy so far early on.
Yeah, you had both Riley Bechtel and you also had number 25, John Wassel, coming in as well. He came off coverage to come up, and just as you thought Ordway did have some room there, Emmaus closes that down quickly.
So that'll bring the punting unit in. So if you're Emmaus, no damage done. How about this? So we get a punt earlier that goes down to the 9. This goes down to about, Matt, what, the 6?
Looks like the 6-yard line is where this is going to turn around, and that's a battle of field position early in this game. And we kind of thought this might be a defensive battle until one of these teams gets going.
So we'll see the Emmaus defense come from the field, on the field again. Back-to-back wins for Emmaus, 38-0 and 10-0. So back-to-back shutouts for them against Deerf and Bethlehem Catholic. The last two for Easton, a 20-19 loss to Bethlehem Catholic and a 21-13 win against Liberty. So Josiah Williams is going to throw from his own end zone and overthrows his receiver. You can see the arm that he has there. That was Kale Kratzer.
And if you think back to last year, Al, when
Alrighty, we're going to get you out to CB West versus Neshaminy. CB West just picked up a big first down, get themselves down to the 28-yard line on their drive. They're threatening. Let's see if they can punch it in for the score.
Backers and keep an eye on Taylor all night, or do you want to kind of not get burned by the deep ball and play deep?
Well, it's a tricky question because, they really like to play, gutsy with their D-line and linebackers. That's really been, what we saw so far in their game plan. And I just don't really see it changing today. It's just going to be, you have to hope that the QB just overthrows a couple of these passes or underthrows them.
So 2nd and 4 for the Bucks offense here. As Cooper Taylor has his offense marching even after a couple flags.
2nd down and 4.
Ball on the 27. Taylor comes out in the shotgun. As Jack Williams in motion, and another flag here. And it's another false start on the Bucks.
Penalties against the Bucks.
A couple false starts for the Bucks offense in their opening drive tonight.
5-yard penalty.
Only a 5-yard penalty, but still will bring up 2nd and 9 here.
2nd down and 9.
Taylor in the gun. He'll give it off to Connor McFadden. McFadden in some space on the left side, and it is close to a first down, maybe a yard or two short. Maybe a gain of 7 on the play.
Connor McFadden on the carry.
It'll be 3rd and 1, so it'll be a gain of 8 for McFadden there. Big 3rd down for Neshaminy. Cooper Taylor again in the gun. He'll give it off to Clemens right up the middle. Clemens goes, and he breaks off a tackle in some space inside past the 10-yard line, up inside the 6-yard line. And a first down for the Bucks offense on 3rd and 1, a big conversion there.
The CB West team is just not giving up. They're just powering through, being hard and successful in every drive here. Even with all these penalties that they seem to rack up, they just keep going and going.
In their victory against Quakertown, I mentioned it briefly in our Trentonian pregame show, the Bucks rushed for 442 yards in a 40-20 victory back in week 3. They are not afraid to run the football down your throat, as Taylor will take the snap himself. Gets tackled, spin into the end zone, touchdown Central Bucks. It's Cooper Taylor into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. Takes it from 7 yards out.
CB West just seemed like a team that was determined here.
Credit to Taylor for keeping the legs moving on the ground. A few big carries for him on that drive, as the Bucks end up with 6 points. And the extra point is up and good. 7-0 Bucks lead this one here from the Ridge with 3:23 to go against Neshaminy. For fine food and fun for the entire family, visit the Irish Rover Station House at 1033 South Bellevue Avenue.
After that CB West touchdown, we're going to take you out to Pennsbury at Pennridge. Pennsbury with the ball. They just took a penalty, but they are threatening to score here. Let's see if they can punch it in.
Well, you might not know, but I know because I went to school with him. Luke, his son, diehard Bengals fan.
Yeah,
so that's why he wears the Bengals hat.
I thought he's not a Bengals fan himself.
I'm not sure who Galen likes. I thought he was an Eagles fan, but I know he reps the Bengals for his son.
And orange and black.
All right, about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. The handoff goes to Zerniak. And Zerniak up to the 20 before he is sandwiched down. Tackle made by Gregoire.
Jack Walker, the Pennridge linebacker, helmet popped off a little bit over there, was able to put it back on his head. Could have been a scary situation as his head was going backwards.
Brings up 2nd and 15. Falcons have it on the 20. And one thing we saw last week that they are confident in their kicker. And we saw Angelo Pereira connect with 3 field goals, and this is getting right around his range, 2nd and 15. And the ball comes loose. It's popped out. Another fumble for Pennsbury, and the Rams have it. And that one recovered by Gregoire. He's got it at the 13-yard line. And that ball just came flying out of nowhere. And Gregoire recognized the loose ball, and as it looked like the Falcons were ready to strike, they give it up again. 2nd fumble of the night.
Yeah, and that fumble is probably going to hurt them a little bit more personally, as they were driving, having a great drive, getting down to the red zone, have one self-inflicting wound there with the hold, and the very next play, fumble.
At least on this fumble, Gus, they're not giving the Rams a short field. They're at their own 13, 1st and 10. Handed off to Coons.
That's two drives for Pennsbury and 2 straight fumbles. And this one's also in the red zone. They've been struggling with that red zone offense they did last week. It looks like it's going to continue into the night so far with that fumble.
2-yard gain from Coons, 2nd and 8. As we're under the 2-minute mark.
Pennsbury offense hoping the defense can pick them up here.
McCaffrey's game of the night. And a handoff up to the 20, near a 1st down are the Rams. Arteaga that time with the give. It still looks like they're going to be a bit short. Walker Murray with the stop. Tonight's game brought to you by Kent's Tree Service, your local hometown tree service company. Over 23 years of professional tree service. You can rest assured you get professionalism and the highest service standards at affordable prices from Kent's Tree Service. And they have multiple crews to handle multiple jobs. And they're fully insured, provide tree removal, tree trimming, and pruning, tree stump grinding, much more. At Kent's Tree Service, call 215-547-9744. Pre-snap movement, offsides on
jump,
the Falcons.
Yeah, jump from number 42 on the line there.
On the Falcons. And as we get back to action, going to be a 1st down for the Rams after the offsides on Pennsbury. Again, big thanks to Kent's Tree Service for their support of tonight's game. You can call them at 215-547-9744, 215-547-9744. Kent's Tree Service, again, over 23 years of professional tree service. And we thank them for helping to make portions of tonight's game possible on WBCB as we're down to the half-minute mark of quarter number 1. And a high snap brought down and handed off to Arteaga. He's up to the 32. And that was Coons on the carry. Noah Rice with the stop. And it looks like that's going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1 tonight in the McCaffrey's game of the night.
That was a quick quarter.
As the Rams will let the final few seconds come off the clock. Content to be up 8-0 as we'll flip the field and get back to it in just a bit and open right near Pennsbury High School, Juniors Car Wash at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. The same Juniors Express Car Wash, now open in Levittown and right there near Pennsbury.
Already in the quarter break, we're going to take you out to Wyomissing Cocalico. Cocalico is in the red zone at the 15-yard line. Wyomissing just made a great stop to prevent a touchdown, but let's see if Cocalico is able to convert here on this play.
1st down from the Wyomissing 15-yard line. Oh, he slipped and fell. He's down. So the quarterback, Josh Meyer. You know, it's not raining or anything. The turf, the natural grass field is a little thicker grass, a little longer, but I think you just have a little condensation, a little, not dew, but I mean, it's kind of humid. So he slips and falls and takes a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the Wyomissing 17-yard line. Here's Josh Meyer under center. They run those backs all over the place here. He's going to pass. Rolls right. Intercepted. It's Drew Forey. Drew Forey picks it off at the 15.
Pass is intercepted by Andrew Forey.
And what a big pick. Forey started the game last week similarly, but in the Donegal side of the field with a pick 6. And so back-to-back weeks with an interception. This one is huge, with Cacalico knocking on the door of the 17-yard line, and Forey picks it off with 10:14 to go in the second quarter. And it was almost like Josh Meyer was throwing it to him. Forey, I think, studied the video. He looked like he knew that was coming. Wyomissing starting from its own 17-yard line. Jeremiah Diaz was in motion, the handoff. And that is Tyler Nadrowski, who had a touchdown last week. One of the 7 players to find pay dirt. Gain of 2 on Tyler Nadrowski's first carry of the game. So Nadrowski and Jeremiah Diaz are in the game. Boy, more and more, it really looks like Bob Wolfram likes what he sees out of Tyler Nadrowski, the younger Nadrowski, and giving him some of these reps and opportunities. 2nd and 9. And here's Diaz trying to turn the corner, but those, well, he kept it going. I thought they were going to bring him down for a loss. There's a flag on the play as well. So hold everything.
Jeremiah Diaz is your ball carrier.
You've
brought
got
down by Dane Horning and Aaron Long.
One of the top rushing teams in the league against the top rushing defense in the league. That's your battle here. Among other, and the other goes the other way too. They're going to pick up the flag actually. So Diaz picks up about 5. It's 3rd and 4. Wyomissing 2,058 total rushing yards entering this game, first in the league, just shy of 350 yards per game. Cacalico defense, they average 465 rushing yards allowed. Not average, that's the total allowed. They average 77.5 allowed. The best rushing defense in the league against the best rushing offense in the league. Here Logan Hight's going to pass instead of rushing, and he finds Macrina. It's good for a first down.
Hyde's pass is complete.
Logan Hyde passes complete to Macrina.
By Bryce Nash, but it will be a Spartans first down.
And a gain of about 7 for a first down. Well, Cacalico ripped off that big run for Longenecker, got it down to the 15. But 2 plays later, what a gigantic interception for Drew Forey. He knew it too. That's a huge moment to keep him off the scoreboard. Here's Tyler Nadrowski. And I mean, the bodies just bounce right off of him. Tyler Nadrowski, another Nadrowski kid, just so strong. There, Tyler Nadrowski, and a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 for Wyomissing. Down to 8:20 to go in the second quarter. These are 2 teams with terrific offenses, but we're seeing that, you know, it's defense that wins championships is the phrase, right? And it's not going to come easy for either offense today. And you can see it because both teams know what they're doing defensively. Weil very concerned against this triple option offense, but they've done very well, and Cacalico has just given Weil all kinds of problems here. Macrina couldn't turn the corner on that play. And no gain for Macrina. You try those end arounds, you try those sweeps.
That'll make it 3rd and
you got to get to the edge.
From this Spartans
and Cacalico's players are so fast that sometimes you're just not going to get there. And it doesn't look like the sweeps are working, but change blocking around, or I mean, you could try it again here, but here is 3rd and 7. Logan Hyde's going to pass. He's rolling right. He has some time. He passes it in the air. It's tipped and intercepted. And that is Longenecker who picked it off. It hit off the fingertips of the receiver. Longenecker, the pick. That's the first interception of the year for Logan Hyde. And so one interception for Wyo, and then it is answered by an interception for Longenecker after the tip.
Injury timeout.
And an injured Cocalico player on the field as well. 7:09 to go in the second quarter. And now Cocalico takes over at the 30-yard line of Wyomissing with some glorious field position. Boy, that Cocalico player, 32, is Owen Weaver, and he is really hurting there. So they tended to him. Well, and he's struggling to get up, and he really looks like he's in a fair amount of pain. The Wyomissing Football Association presents these broadcasts, and we thank all of our current members supporting the WFA, making these broadcasts possible. When you join the Wyomissing Football Association beginning at just $25, you get the exclusive stream and link for the Wyomissing football broadcasts all season long throughout the regular season and for as many postseason games as we're allowed to do. Sometimes we're not able to get the rights, but when we do, we're going to bring them to you. Exclusive coverage of Wyomissing football all season long. Do you want to show the interception here? The replay? Let's go for it. And they're helping this injured player off the field. Oh, that was the Drew Forey interception earlier. That was a huge pickoff there. Well, they might need another one just like that, because Cocalico will begin this possession, this drive, in phenomenal field position at the Wyomissing 30-yard line. So it's another big ask for Max Tipton and Thomas Weller and company. I'm just looking at some of the players there up on the line. Weil gets 5 guys up there trying to protect against this triple option offense.
Go away!
Street at 101 Larry Holmes Drive, Suite 301 in Easton, PA. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney LLC, member SIPC.
Be interesting to see as Easton lines up for the return. They come out with 4 front men on their kickoff return. Does Emmaus at some point maybe try to exploit that with a quick onside kick up the middle?
Ooh, Matt's getting a little creative. You know, he's an official. I appreciate what he does. Now I have to go back to him being in the booth a little bit. So let's see. Now you're trying to call it. Let's
see what happens.
This would be interesting. I see what you're saying. But I don't know if that's that quick that the coaches are seeing.
And by alignment, I think Easton is taking that away because there's not much space there. We'll see if that changes as the game goes on.
Because now the coaching staff saw that a little bit. This one from the 1. Fielded up towards the 10. And initial hit was Daniel Dugan. And if you're Easton, you haven't had that great field position, for the most part. So we'll see what happens here on this possession in the second quarter. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. So they'll start things off on their own 13. A high snap. They go to the ground. A bunch of white jerseys there.
There's a big push up front by the Emmaus defensive line. A small hole did open up, but closed down quickly from those linebackers that are being so active tonight in Riley Bechtel, Sam Stefan, Connor Revere, and they're closing that down quickly along with John Wassel from the outside linebacker position.
So the ball sits at the 14. Is that our first flag of the night?
That is the first flag. We're going to get against defense. Jumped off sides.
So it gives a gift there, the extra 5 for Easton. They'll take that anytime. I move my chair in, Matt. Get a little more support on the back.
I'd like to see Easton. You kind of see him right now. Number 81, Isaac Torres. I think he's a huge weapon from his tight end position. What can he do to open up? He had an 88-yard touchdown against Becca 2 weeks ago. Can they exploit him and get him down the middle of the field versus these safeties coming up versus the run?
Dorian Thomas fooled everybody maybe, but not Robert Edwards.
But unfortunately for Easton, missing their starting running back, William Day, who's out with a foot injury. Trying to get him back. I heard not looking good to have him back this season, but hopefully he has an opportunity to come back and play some more.
3rd down and a long one here for the Red Rovers. Ordway will pop this one across. I believe there's enough there. Looking at the spot,
it looks like
the spot wasn't as good as. There you go. There's a first down, a real ortho first down. It wasn't by much.
No, he got to the 24-yard line. I think he needed to get to the 23.5, so he got just enough. But again, if you're Easton, this is a good drive. The more you can keep Emmaus' offense off the field, the better.
So Ordway with a long count, 4 receivers, far side. Ball sits at their own 24-yard line. Clock right around 7 minutes. Ordway with the quick toss. And they missed the tackle, but not the second one. So 44 has been busy all night.
Unfortunately, that play just took too much time to get out to Andrew Biddle and get out to the perimeter. It allowed Emmaus' defensive linebackers and secondary to come get in on the play. That play has to happen a lot faster.
So 2nd down 11. Ordway gets pressured at these throws, has a receiver, and that pops out of the hands of his favorite target, Jasir Frucci.
And he had Jasir Frucci. He split the 2 defenders and nearly comes down with it, but credit the Emmaus defense. I believe it was number 4, Jarrett Cooper, who gets back there and punches the ball out. But we have a flag on the play as well. This will be interesting who it's against. It's holding against Emmaus.
You know, you look at that pass play to Frucci, that's the guy they want to get involved, right? That's his first, I believe that was the first pass play towards him.
That was tonight, the first pass play towards him, and that's who he's going to most of the time, 22 times this season.
Yeah, I was just going to say, 22 for 288. That's a lot.
But I think, again, I look at number 81, Colin Torres, as one of those guys that if he can get going.
Gets him down. Zerniak, the tailback. Brensinger in motion. The give is to Zerniak. Fights forward, dives towards the end zone, and he's in. The 2-point conversion is good. It's 8-8 with 4:02 left in the McCaffrey in the first half of the McCaffrey's game of the night. And as we come back up the field, we'll let you know that tonight's game brought to you in part by Puss in Boots Tavern, 942 Trenton Road in Fairless Hills. The friendliest tavern around with daily specials 7 days, including every Saturday. The Boots Hot Dog Saturdays, that's every Saturday. Enjoy their famous $1 hot dogs served all day with your choice of chili, cheese, kraut, or onions. Taco.
Logan Hyde under center, delay a game.
Flag on the play. Be a delay of game.
Yeah, we knew it. They could have used a timeout. You know, 4:52 to go in the first half, but they thought they had a chance to get it off. I don't even know where the play clock is here on the field. I can't see it. And so if I don't know where it is and I can't see it, I'm not
Cooper will take the carry himself. A direct snap, goes to the end around, has a hole, cuts up back in the field, in some space. Could go all the way. There he goes, Cooper Taylor inside the 5. Touchdown, no flags. Central Bucks West into the end zone, but hold everything. Just a moment. Some late whistles on the play. And there must have been a flag or a late decision. I don't see any flags on there. They're going to call holding on Central Bucks. Did you see any flags there, Mackay?
I did not.
I didn't think so. Oh, there it was.
Okay,
yeah, there it is. Okay. It blends in with their pants. It's hard to tell. As that play will come back, so take off the 6 off the quarterback keeper from Cooper Taylor, and that will push the Bucks offense back to about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he must have threw it down.
Yeah, you know what? He probably did. Yeah, he probably just dropped it. So I didn't see that come flying in anywhere.
Right.
All right, so it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Bucks, as they'll call the hold from the spot of the foul, as they'll hand it off to Clemens here.
We're just trying to bounce that one to the outside.
All right, so it'll be 3rd and
CB West just had a massive play for a touchdown called back due to a penalty. They're bouncing to the outside on this one.
As Clemens broke the initial tackle, but he's
decent run, trying to get back in line with the sticks, but
Neshaminy defenders.
nothing doing there on the edge. So they've got here on 3rd and 14. What do they got? 6:19 left to go. So CB West leading 14-7 at the moment, so no real rush to score here. You're not trailing, but you would like to put up some more points in this first half.
They're halfway through
they draw
quarter
up here
number
for this
2
one.
here. Bucks on top 14-7.
Oh, they're going to punt it.
Punt is kicked sky
That's 4th and 12. That would make sense.
by
That would give the ball back to Neshaminy. Oh, he dropped it. Did he get it back? No, Neshaminy got it. Oh, no. CB West got it. Excuse me. Wow.
The first turnover of tonight's game comes halfway through quarter number 2 and puts the Bucks offense past midfield, a short field to work with as they set up shop at the 33. As Taylor will keep it again up the middle. And
Cooper Taylor keeps it up the middle.
Be a 6 yards on the carry. And we've talked about turnovers, Mackay, for Neshaminy. Both sides of the ball this year have had some costly mistakes themselves throughout this season. And a big one there by Jared Mole, the senior return man. Cooper Taylor back to throw it, nothing open, and he'll take it in some space as he finds his way up the field inside the 15-yard line.
Cooper Taylor with the run to the right side. Golden Clee.
Shame to be a little bit uncharacteristic right there. There was really nobody to get the QB.
A 12-yard gain from Cooper on the carry. As the Neshaminy D-backs were just all tied up with the Central Bucks. Cooper Taylor on first down, again comes out in the shotgun, and a flag on the play, another false start. And that will be again on the Bucks. Really have added up a lot of penalties here in this opening half.
First down and 15.
So far, none more costly than their holding call that was called back after Cooper Taylor took it in the end zone for a huge touchdown carry. And it will be a timeout, the first timeout of the half, as head coach Robert Rowan didn't like what he sees. He will take a timeout. We will take a timeout as well. More second quarter action. Stay with us right after this on the WBCB Sports Network.
to the Lehigh Valley and everywhere in between. For 150 years, Penn Community Bank has been a part of your neighborhood. Helping businesses start.
With about 90 seconds up on the second quarter clock for the Falcons.
Yeah, Pennsbury's got to move. They've been a slow-moving offense all year, but they've sped it up when they need to, and this one looked a little bit quicker.
Get to the line of scrimmage with a little bit of pace. And it's going to be, again, a quarterback keeper. Busting it to the outside is Bagley. Running room to the near side as he's pushed out of bounds just shy of the 40. And they'll give him the 40-yard line. A Pennsbury Falcon first down. As he goes out of bounds, he stops the clock with 1:06 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, and he was just nearly caught the edge to take that tightrope up the sideline to a score, but looks like maybe just a little bit tired there, just running out of gas, but a great pickup nonetheless by Bagley.
And Nate Bagley has been a running back for Pennsbury all 3 years in high school, just got turned into a quarterback. You're really seeing his running back ability, especially tonight on 8 rushes and 102 yards.
Here he's under center, hands it off to Zerniak, and nothing there that time for the Falcons. They run right into Joe Gregoire.
Now they're under a minute.
And although the offense isn't moving that quickly, one thing that they're doing is keeping the Pennridge Rams away from the football. It will be Pennridge to receive the second half kick, as they won the coin flip and deferred. Down to 30 seconds remaining. And again, a fake to Zerniak. Bagley with it, tries to bounce it to the far side of the field. He gets up to the 50, and that is where he is stopped, which is just enough, I think, for a Falcon first down. And then the Pennsbury Falcons quickly utilize a timeout. They have still one remaining with 23.8 up on the second quarter clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the game plan is here for this Pennsbury offense. Obviously, we've seen a fantastic season from Pereira, the kicker by the Falcons. The only thing we're a little unknown about is what his length is for his field goal range. So this could be something that, Pennsbury might want to test, see how far Pereira could possibly go. You're in a decent field position where you only need maybe a couple more to try to really long field goal. It'll be hard, but so far what you've seen confidence in your Pennsbury kicker.
Don't forget to watch the Coaches Roundtable every Wednesday night at 7, video stream live from Sandy's Beef and Ale, and brought to you in part by Lower Bucks Hospital. Since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital has supported the youth of our community and is an acute care hospital. Thanks again to Di Lorenzo's, the Berg Pizza, just down the street from Pennsbury High School. Hope you're with us after the game for our Di Lorenzo's player of the game, as Bagley gives the football to Zerniak. Got a 5-yard pickup for Jordan up to the 45, and the Falcons will use their final timeout of the half. Comes with 15.2 on the second quarter clock in an 8-8 game, McCaffrey's game of the night.
Yeah, what I think they're going to do is try and get, maybe pass the ball here, try and set up Pereira for a longer field goal. Maybe try another Bagley QB keeper. That's been working very well. They could get a lot of yards on that. Set up Enzo Pereira for a field goal. It's just
got some options, but not a lot of time.
No, only 15 seconds to do so.
So whatever you choose to do, you got to make sure you can execute it. And if you do throw the football, got to throw it somewhere near the sidelines to
get him out of bounds.
Get somebody out of bounds quickly.
Eric David's on the outside.
If they can get out of bounds, probably have time for a couple more plays as Bagley looks to throw, throws it outside, and it's off the hands of McGinty.
Man,
had Matt McGinney there.
That would have been the perfect play to get some more yards, get the clock to stop, and possibly go for a field goal.
Well, it only took 4 seconds off the clock, so still 11.4 seconds for Pennsbury to try and do something. They might try and do the same exact play.
11.4 up on the clock, 3rd and 5.
3-4 drives, if
yes.
that. Not many at all.
Not many at all. So this is what we've been at, 8-yard line. It was originally at the 9, and then we saw one at the inside there. Ordway's going to float this one. That's dangerous pass. He tried to float that one into a little traffic, and he was lucky and fortunate that Jarrett Cooper was standing there, one of the players at least, for Emmaus.
Correct, and I think you put it nicely, a little bit of traffic. That looked like 22 at rush hour.
Obviously going to have to make adjustments. Give goes to Fisher. He bounces it, runs through an arm tackle, eventually dragged down at about the 2-yard line, so a gain of 6. Second and goal from the 2-yard line for the Panthers here on their opening possession here in this first quarter.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It was the defensive line is going backwards at the snap of the ball, and something need to correct. It's the opening series, but need to get that fixed and get that corrected.
All 3 backs in the backfield, Fisher, Green, and Kaufman. Kitchen takes it, hands to the second back through Green, and he goes in virtually untouched on that left side behind those big boys up front for the Panthers. And with 7:05 remaining here in the first quarter, Strathaven made easy work of that short field position, the ball on their own 47 after the fair catch on the punt by Milligan. And the Jaguars defense, they got a lot to figure out after that possession. So Milligan back, hold down, kick true, right through the middle. 7-0 Panthers with 7:05 remaining here in the first quarter.
Compliments of Matt Smith's article in today's Delco Times that the Strathaven trifecta of
2, 1 second left. Logan Hyde, handoff through Forey, and why not? Forey cuts it back inside, and now he is tackled after a gain of about 3. They gave it a shot, and that is it. That's halftime. Cacalico, a pair of touchdowns.
So Ordway on a long count. Here comes some pressure. Throws it, one-on-one coverage near side and incomplete. And no flags. Again, was looking in the direction of J.C. Wilson. So the punting team will come in. Now, this is a golden opportunity for Emmaus to take advantage. Remember, the last punt went up and only went about 10 yards.
And with that clock stops, 2:18 left, you gave Emmaus plenty of time. Coach Seneca's looking for pass interference call. In reality, both teams were going at it, but
they get a flag. They get bailed out.
You're
here.
Getting the first down on this.
Yep. There's going to be a penalty here. And even if after he got hit, the ball went all the way down to the 27-yard line. But they're going to get running into the kicker here.
Yeah, you're definitely getting running into the kicker. So with that, Easton will pick up. Oh, I think they're calling a personal foul.
Oh.
So 15 yards.
You saw the defender.
He kind of stumbled into him. It's unfortunate that he lost his balance and he
was
trying to block it, tried to get out of the way, but in the process, just ran right into him.
And Matt, we've seen that before. You try to watch it again. It looked like he was going for it, then realized I'm not going to get him, and he tried. But, hey, you go for it, you get it, you're a hero, right?
You do. But I think in that situation, Emmaus, the coaching staff, you need to talk to your players. Hey, we're getting the ball back.
Inside the 40-yard line of 50.
Potentially, with 2 minutes to go, let's get our offense on the field. We don't need the block. We have plenty of time. But now you give Easton another chance, and they're really one breakaway away from tying this game back up.
Mm-hmm. So they'll move the chains all the way up to the 29-yard line. 4 new downs and all new life there for Easton.
Absolutely.
Ordway looking to throw. He'll go far side this time. A little bump, and there's a flag. Incomplete. Not sure what this one could be. This could be
go
offensive.
either way, yes.
This could be an offensive pass interference. There was the extra push. Ooh.
Oh, they are putting it against Emmaus. I thought there was pushing both ways.
Yep. That was right in front of Harrow Fairclough. So 2 big penalties here against the Green Hornets. 2 huge penalties against the Green Hornets. Now, if you're East, take a look one more time.
And it's up on the top part of the screen. It happened a little bit before that, but I think it was a push both ways when you look at it.
See if Easton could take advantage of these two monster penalties against the Green Hornets, because now the ball sits at the 44-yard line. And that ball was knocked away.
Oh, and they're calling it incomplete. Fortunate for Easton. I think that was number 72 getting the pressure, Landino.
So clock will stop with under 2 to play and a second down from the 44-yard line. Speaking of 44, and the ball's on the 44, Riley Bechtel has done his job tonight.
But he hasn't been back on the field.
I know.
For the last few plays.
Which is, you know, that's what we were calling, and now all of a sudden we're not seeing him. That one.
That looks like it's a lateral.
Guess the whistle was blown.
Oh.
These are close plays.
If we could see the replay on that one.
That one was really close.
That was really close. I mean, it could have been just the way the receiver tried to catch it and it went back afterwards. But we get a good look at this here again. That's a good call.
Yep.
That's a real good call, yeah. It's really close, but it's the way it hits his hand and it comes back after that.
So now 3rd down and 10 from the 44 for the Red Rovers. Clock stopped at 2:50 for the touchdown, and ever since it's been really quiet. Here, one-on-one coverage again. Do they get another call? They do. Wow.
And there's no need in that situation. Jarrett Cooper's in great position. He doesn't need the contact. Just turn and make it. You go for the ball because you're in a better position than he is.
Matt, take a look.
Jarrett Cooper, he's coming from the top at the safety position. He's already there. He just needs to get in front of him and turn like he's going for the ball because he actually is in a better position to field that ball. So just like that, three penalties, and you're in scoring.
Especially the ground and pound team.
Green the single setback. Give goes to Green off the left side. Gain of about 4. Not quite to the first down marker. Strathaven has to get to the 25. They're going to mark him at the 26, so we'll bring up a 3rd and short. Gain of about 1. 3rd and 1. Number 66, Aiden Bendo, checks out for the Jaguars. Looks like lost his helmet, and as always in high school, that player has to immediately come off the field. So Jaguars in a 3rd and 1 defensively here against this Haven offense. Give goes to Kaufman after the initial fake. They had him stopped short initially, but just his second effort gets the ball across the 25 down to the 24. So gain of 2. They only needed 1, so another fresh set of downs for the Strathaven Panthers. 1st and 10, ball in the Jaguar 24.
These Strathaven running backs just don't go down on the first hit. They just keep grinding.
Yeah, and it's a situation so far where every one of those contact at the line of scrimmage has been single tacklers. You know, Garnet Valley's been so good at just getting multiple hats to the ball, and they're running patient, like you said, just there, waits for that block to set up, runs through the arm tackle at the line of scrimmage because it's just one-on-one. Garnet Valley can't get multiple tacklers at the point of contact, and the Strathaven backs are just running through those tackles. So big gain on first down, 2nd and 4 at the Jaguar 18.
You know, need a stand here. The Jags looking defense stand a 2nd and a long 4.
Yeah, backs against the wall a little bit here, buddy. I mean, 4 yards to pick up a first down. Green gets it and goes untouched. Again, he's at the goal line before number 4, Chase Wilt, the cornerback from the Jaguars, grabs on. And the Jaguars just aren't able to get any tacklers at the fullback. Give goes
nice run
to
there
him.
For Strathaven.
And he just
ran
runs
right
right
up the
by
gut.
everyone. You see number 3, Boyce.
Right through the middle of the defense.
Unable to get a shoulder on him. He's just
14-6
reaching at his hip.
here as long as they convert.
And then Wilt, the
extra
contact
point.
for the
good as
Jaguars
well.
there defensively, the first
And
point
make
of
it a
contact
14-0 game.
12 yards
Garnet Valley
downfield.
down early to Strathaven. This was our latest game to start. It was supposed to be a 7 o'clock start time.
It's going to be a long
Pushed
night.
back
Strathaven has
due to some weather in the area, so they're underway. They got 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. See if Garnet Valley can get their offense rolling here.
Flaring a little out there, a little shoving after the whistle. A lot of passion.
It's a St. Joe's Prep LaSalle football game.
That's what this week means when you asked that earlier.
That's right.
A lot of passion.
Loss of 6 on that one. It'll be 2nd and 16 to start the second quarter. This portion of today's game is brought to you by the Great American Pub. Great American
Now
Pub
we're
is
here
a wonderful
for St. Joe's
establishment
Prep
for family,
and
friends,
LaSalle.
and events.
Playing
Three
at
locations
Franklin
in the
Field.
area,
This is
including
our marquee matchup of the evening here. Two teams that always play each other well when they meet. Always a big time rivalry between these two schools.
Wonderful rooftop bar. Great spot to have an event or a party or just go out for dinner.
See what they've got here.
Would sort of, I think, settle some nerves there on the sideline.
You see Carroll back standing on his own 7-yard line, 8-yard line, outside that hash, his right hash as he's looking upfield. Gallagher approaches the ball. Another deep kick again over Carroll's head. Another touchback. So the Jaguars again will have 80 yards to go with the taking over on offense, ball at their own 20-yard line.
And I just said, let's see what we can put together here, what the Jags can put together here on 2 minutes 57. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
No gain on the play. 3rd down and long. And Tyler, 2 downs to work with, I would think, if you're Tim Roken here.
Yeah, of course. It's pretty typical if you cross the 50-yard line high school level, you know, as long as you trust your defense to run 2 offensive plays here.
You know, you never really know what you might get if you're this LaSalle defense right here. Again, if all options fail in terms of the passing mechanism, you know, you can always have Samaj Jones with the fake up the middle and take it for some incredible gains.
Jones now calls out a signal to the left-hand side of that offensive line. LaSalle brings the pressure. LaSalle brings the pressure.
Big time hit
He's
there.
hit in the act,
Oh,
and it's
turnover
intercepted.
for St. Joe's Prep.
LaSalle's in
Right at
business.
midfield, quarterback hit as he went to throw. We do apologize for the technical difficulties earlier, but this is our marquee game of the evening, so we did want to get you out there. Here's the replay. Just nice move by the LaSalle defense. Able to wrap up the quarterback as he went to make that throw. And then just right time for that LaSalle defender. He made the grab there on the interception. That'll give LaSalle the ball. They trail 7-0 here at the start of the second quarter. Looks like they got 11:06 to play in the second quarter. LaSalle gets their offense ready to go out on the field, I'm assuming. Many of them were not ready to throw on their helmets and run out on the field. Here they come now. LaSalle in the white with the gold helmets, as they usually do, and then St. Joe's Prep in the black with those very nice matte red helmets. See what LaSalle has on this offensive possession.
5 wide for LaSalle.
The throw, oh, heavy pressure right up the gut for St. Joe's Prep, and the sack all the way back to the 50.
Yeah,
There's too much for the offensive line of LaSalle to handle there.
Stared him down before the snap, and they put double coverage on
3 guys
O'Brien, and
able to get through for St. Joe's Prep.
That hurts.
Great read there, Tyler. Absolutely.
See what LaSalle has here. After the attempted pass play.
Because defense is paying attention.
So now 1 yard behind the 50.
Put a man in motion.
Need to get all the way down to the St. Joe's Prep 32.
They're going to drop back and pass again, looking for the screen.
Sutter is hit
Tipped
hard.
and dropped.
If he thought he had any shot of tipping that and bringing it in, Anthony
Unlucky there for
Saka
LaSalle.
took care of that.
Yeah, Saka right there, one of the best pass readers in the game.
Again, heavy pressure right up the middle.
Just able to pounce on that
LaSalle's quarterback had to get rid of that ball quickly and just couldn't make an accurate throw. All the way down to 3rd down now. LaSalle after a nice interception right near midfield.
Just kept growing and growing and growing.
They're going to be unlucky and unable to convert.
This guy is not a safety. He's a will linebacker.
Took the big sack on 1st down. 2nd down in the incompletion. Now they got 3rd down here.
So he continued to play safety.
Actually, looks like we're going to get a timeout first
to your point,
by LaSalle. 10:21 to go in that first half from Franklin Field.
Timeout on the field. This portion of today's game brought to you by Next.
Only be down 2 scores to a team that averages about 32 per game. As Taylor will look to pass right over the middle, caught and completed. Jack Williams comes down with it, his big tight end.
As they are moving quickly.
As the Bucks try to get to the line of scrimmage, no timeouts left. As Taylor will get down the spike it on first down. So bring up 2nd and 10 now after the spike. Bucks just about the 19-yard line. Inside the red zone now.
2nd down and 10.
As the Bucks come up, showing 4 receivers. Cooper will take it, has some pressure, getting out of it, throwing and firing incomplete, out of bounds. Had Jackson Lindenmuth the intended receiver. No, correction, it was Shane Dillon again. As Taylor just threw it away to keep the time on the clock. $20 ticks to go here in quarter number 2. Bucks trying to come away with something. Neshaminy trying to prevent that and get a big stop going into the halftime locker room. Taylor back to pass, firing over the middle inside the 1-yard line. And it was incomplete. A big break for Neshaminy as Connor McFadden could not come up with the reception. So that will bring up 4th down for the Bucks, and they will bring on the field goal unit here. And timeout. There'll be timeout on Neshaminy as they take their first timeout of the half. So this will be a big kick here, Mackay. We haven't seen Central Bucks West this year. We don't know how good their kicker is. This is from distance. Ball will be on the 19-yard line. But a big play here if Neshaminy can either block the kick or if he just misses here.
Yeah, definitely up your lead right here. I mean, why not kick for it? You know,
right.
This could be the difference maker. You know, say you win by 3 points. This is something that you'll look back on as to why you won the game here.
So Ryan Clemens comes on to do the kick, and they run a fake field goal as Clemens goes the end around, but hold off just as the play was developing. It was a dead ball. As the knee was on the ground, as the ball was flipped over to Clemens. I thought Clemens was coming over to do the kicking. I don't think he's kicked tonight that I haven't seen. So that was funky formation, but it will be a turnover. And Neshaminy we'll see if they do anything here, if they just take the knee into the halftime locker room. It's only 10 seconds to go. They do have a pair of timeouts to use. And they'll just hand it off to Lavala, who goes up to the 30-yard line. And that will end things here from the Ridge. After one half of play, the Bucks lead this one 21-7 over Neshaminy. A lot of work to do for the Skins going into the halftime locker room and second half. Stay with us. We will have halftime stats, analysis, and look to the second half coming up next. Stay with us right here on the WBCB Sports Network.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch.
BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for autopay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up.
Alrighty, guys, as most of our games have gone to halftime here, we do have Garnet Valley, Strath Haven still in the second quarter, and then St. Joe's Prep LaSalle is also in the second quarter. Those two games started on the later half. Wyomissing's down 14-0 to Calico. LaSalle St. Joe's Prep, as I just mentioned, is in the second quarter. Emmaus and Easton is 14-6 Emmaus. Pennsbury 8-8 against Pennridge, and then Neshaminy 7-21 at CB West. Those are our halftime scores. Let's get you back out to our couple of games that are still going on at the moment. Enjoy, everybody.
Well, give him a short gain only of about 1. It looked like he had the ball all the way up inside the 10.
Yeah.
They're going to mark him back at about the 12. Let's see if we can see where Carroll is. Might have been a blocker ahead of him. Oh, no. Yeah, well, it looked like about the 11. That's just forward progress. That's deceiving to the naked eye, that's for sure. So, 3rd and 3, almost 4. Call it 3.5. Ball on the 12-yard line. Lareris, the single setback. Motion man. Give goes to Lopez. They get a block. Lopez first. Oh, I was going to say, looked like, at first glance, looked like he had gotten grabbed by the face mask. The flag was just slow to come out. There will be a face mask penalty on the tackle right down there on the Jaguar sideline. Kind of slow to develop. You can see Lopez have to bounce it a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's number 34. Vince Hales. Personal foul. Horse collar. The referee's signal calls it grab inside the jersey and shoulder pad of pulling down. Those eyes may be old, but they're better than mine. We got a spotter in the box with us this week. 1st and goal, 5-yard line. Carroll motions to the left, Lareris to the right. Nowhere to go. In fact, might have lost a half a yard. They're trying to get to that edge. Again, they ran toss. Lareris just not able to. Let's see. So you look at Strath Haven, though. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 tacklers, and a 5th comes into the play. The Jaguars just don't have numbers. Strath Haven sees it. They see the motion. They don't have enough bodies to block the tacklers that Strath Haven has outside right now on that. Lassick keeps. Runs through that first tackler. Ball down to the 3-yard line, so we'll bring up a 3rd and goal to go from the 3. You would think being down 14, Jaguars will certainly consider having 2 downs to try and score here from the 3. I know offensive coordinator Rich Boyd, both down here inside the 5-yard line as well as when it's 3rd and short, often looks at it as having 2 plays to pick up the yard, not just the 1.
Can't have that. The Jags can't have that. A little discussion. You don't want to 3rd and goal from the 3, and now you'll have 3rd and goal from the 8. Sort of changes your playbook a little bit here for these next 2 downs.
Jaguars had a great drive going, picking up chunks of yards, put themselves in 3rd and short situations throughout. Had a couple of big gains, 13 by Lassick and 15, and then shot themselves in the foot a little bit there. So 3rd and 3 turns into 3rd and 8 for the Jags. Vaughn and Carroll now in the backfield behind the Jags. Motion man Lopez. Throw goes to Lopez. Caught, but tackle made down at the 2.5-yard line. Number 5, James Fisher, close. He saw it. He read it well. He's inside. He sees it. Gets outside. Good catch by Lopez. So, again, right back in 4th and 3. We mentioned it was going to be 2-down territory when it was 3rd and 3. So, right back here, 4th and 3. Now under 8.5 minutes here, ticking in the second quarter. Devano checks out. Keaveney checks in. Jaguars will be double tight. Vaughn and Carroll, the setbacks behind Lassick. Lopez, the slot back Also the motion man. Carroll throws. Incomplete, looking for Ollinger. Flag comes in. I think they're going to call pass interference on the safety on Ollinger. If you can see the replay here, looks like Ollinger was just trying to run a little tight end dump. He does, and that is pass interference. Ball may have been overthrown. That is not a rule in high school football. Ball may have been over Ollinger's head as it was, but so pass interference puts the ball now at the 1.5 yard line. Automatic first down for the Jags.
Strathaven coach is giving the...
Is it 4th and goal or first down? He signaled first down, the official. Regardless, Carroll's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. The sideline indicated 4th down. The official, after they marked the ball, had his one finger up indicating first down. Regardless, the Jaguars score. Vaughn, the motion man, first man through with that little stutter motion. Carroll, the handoff, just puts his head down, nose for the goal line, and gets it. So, Jags cut it to 14-6. Extra point forthcoming here. Ryan Downey, the long snapper. Nolan Carroll, the holder. Jaguars move on the offensive line, somewhere over there on that left-hand side. You can see the Jaguars offensive lineman indicating that it was them that, yes, in fact, moved early. Nice of them to indicate that, but, yep, hey, you're on replay, buddy. We got it. We all saw it, too.
We saw it real time.
We back them up 5. Good snap, good hold. Kick, no good. The 5 yards mattered. Lopez hooks it, hits the upright. He got one earlier in the season to bounce and go through. That time he wasn't so lucky. So the missed PAT now leaves it an 8-point margin, 14-6. So mistakes have proved costly. That 5-yard illegal procedure penalty on the Jags backed them up.
90 yards. Kick it away from him, and Maher does, and it is caught and returned by an up man. This is Bollinger, and he's all the way up to the 37-yard line. Calico will start from there. With 10:23 left in the third quarter. And now Wyomissing's got to buckle down on defense. They've gotten on the board. They've made it a one-score game. This after they only had 60 total yards of rushing offense in the first half. But then Jeremiah Diaz, that humongous return. And then the third down completion to Blickley that got him to the 5, and Chase Eisenhower, who punched it in from 5 yards out for the touchdown. First down for Josh Meyer, the quarterback, hands it off. And Wild, they got in there and stuffed them pretty good.
Sam Steffi carries for a short
Steffi
gain.
was the carry. And Eisenhower looked like was involved on the tackle. Sam Steffi's been kind of
brought down by Evan Blickley.
Handcuffed. They call it as Evan Blickley. Steffi in the first half, 23 yards on 8 carries. And that is it. Here he gets 1. So make it 24 yards on 9 carries. Not a whole lot going on for Sam Steffi, who has over 600 yards this year and had almost 2,000 yards last year, 1,829 to be precise. Longenecker in motion, it's a pass, and he's going to air it out deep. It is incomplete. That wasn't really very close to the intended receiver, number 5, Jerry McCardle. Good coverage downfield by Jake Neff. 3rd and 9. Calico 14, Wyomissing 7. And you had a feeling, I think, that first half of that first drive of the second half, I don't know if that was going to be everything, but would Wild continue to struggle like they did the entire first half? Or would they get things turned around and reverse it a little bit? Boy, good tackle there.
Alrighty, welcome back out to St. Joe's Prep LaSalle. St. Joe's picked up another 7 points there to make it a 14-0 game. Though LaSalle just outside of the red zone, threatening here. They throw a pass over the middle. That one's caught. Move it inside the red zone now, trying to cut the lead in half with 5:16 to go in this first half.
McGlynn was the one that's kind of turning that body there, getting that right arm on the inside pad line there along the right ribs. Now 4th down, we'll call it 7 yards to go. Need to get
LaSalle
to
draws
about
up here
12
on this
for
play.
1st down. 5 wide for Sidwar. Again, St. Joe's Prep happy to play with those 2 safeties and count on the front 4 to get pressure. They run a stunt.
Pressure
Here
coming
comes
from St.
Sidwar,
Joe's Prep.
stepping
LaSalle
up,
is going to
firing
roll out.
across
Oh,
the middle. It's caught.
nice completion
1st
there.
down. How about Ed Sutter hanging in and taking a lick?
Down to
I was
about
about to say Sidwar should run that, but
6
no,
yard
Sidwar
line, it
should
looked like.
throw that. Sutter, wow, what a hit. What a catch.
Yeah, exactly. Completely absorbing the contact right there, but a tremendous 4th down play for the Explorers as they are on 1st and goal right now, knocking at the door for the first time this game.
Absorbing the contact with his head. Wow.
Let's see what they have here.
Let's go.
On this one, trying to get in the end zone for their first score of the game.
Ticking here in the 2nd quarter. Azir Nelson flanks Gavin Sidwar. Julian McFadden, the man in motion.
Sal takes the snap here, looking to
And
the
they blow
outside.
this one
Oh,
dead.
they're going to wave that one off.
Timeout.
Timeout, St. Joe's
They're going to
Prep.
say
Oh, I
St.
don't
Joe's
know if
Prep
we're gonna
took
be
a
able to get
timeout
back in time
before the
to
play,
see
but
the tail end of it,
nice
but
throw there to the
McFadden
corner of the end
kinda
zone
running
for a
that
touchdown,
dig
but it
and
won't
turning
count
around and
because
going
St. Joe's
out
Prep
wide.
took the
Just saw
timeout.
the Kansas City
LaSalle
Chiefs
unlucky
run
on
that
that
play
one.
about 4
Had the right
times
play
in the
drawn
Super
up.
Bowl last
St.
year.
Joe's Prep
Neither
recognized it and
ever
took the
figured it
timeout.
out.
3:59 to
Tim
go
Rogan at St. Joe's
in
Prep took
this
the timeout,
first
took
half.
a great timeout at the right time.
This is huge. Explorers have 4 downs here to punch it in, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but they got to be going for 2, right?
Of course.
Why is that? Oh, because
the
of
kicking situation.
Kicking
Yeah.
woes. You're right.
Again, getting ahead of ourselves a bit here.
Sure.
Got to find that blue paint in the end zone.
Yeah, of course, these next 4 downs remain the biggest test for this Prep secondary right here. Like you said, Bob, you know, Explorers here with a tendency to maybe look for the out ball. You know, of course, it's important for the secondary to be white on rice with these white jerseys.
An important drive. Certainly doesn't take rocket science to see that. 3:59 to go. And with 1 stop here for LaSalle, I mean, St. Joe's Prep is going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. To really keep you in it here, the longer this game goes, the more confident the underdog gets. But you got to punch it in for 6.
Wow. Empty backfield.
Well, Azir Nelson. Nope, yep. Look up, nope, yep. Looks like
Already, we're back in here off the timeout. St. Joe's Prep will receive the second half. Kickoff, LaSalle still currently threatening at the moment. 3:59 to go. See what they've got on this play. They're going to look to the outside. Oh!
nearly intercepted.
Dropped an interception there for St. Joe's Prep.
St. Joe's Prep Hawks.
We'll get the replay of that one. LaSalle looking for a quick strike to the corner of the end zone on a little crossing route there. And the St. Joe's defenders just read it properly and just dropped what should have been an interception.
I've been saying they should be taking
So
shots.
LaSalle has this time now.
Give Azir Nelson the ball. He's been your guy on offense, whether it's a handoff or what.
Well, you're saying now that you're in the closed, condensed space, right?
It's really
different
hard to
than
do an empty backfield and, within the 10-yard line.
2nd and goal. Ball at the 6. Sidwar.
LaSalle looking for another pass looking corner of the end zone. They almost scored on that play the last time. That one knocked down.
The other way.
They dropped that play when St. Joe's Prep called the timeout. Had the guy open for a moment, but the defender able to close on it after the throw for LaSalle. Unlucky on that one.
There was no one else that could catch to him.
They're going to line up and go for it again here.
Cam Smith, interesting story.
Back-to-back passing plays. See if LaSalle elects to try to run the ball this time. I would think they're probably going to try to pass it again,
Smith and his parents.
judging by this stout defensive line for St. Joe's Prep.
As well as athletically. Here's third
Yep,
down.
here comes the other pass. The quarterback's going to
roll.
roll out on a bootleg. Throw the back side of the end zone. Incomplete again. Unlucky pass there.
Incomplete.
I think Sidwar could have at least got 3 or 4 yards if he just tucked that. He was looking for that to pound it in, but.
Yeah, and Eddie Sutter right now down on the play. A very
See what the
hard
choice
hit.
is here now by LaSalle. Going to get a timeout first. See if LaSalle brings out. Oh, looks like it's going to be an injury timeout. Hopefully everybody's okay there, but we'll see if LaSalle brings out the kicking unit or if they stick with this offense one more time.
The Smith family and said, hey, I want to be challenged academically in particular, he wanted to come to St. Joe's Prep, and he wanted to kind of have a real direction of what he wanted to do in college. Guess what? He wants to be an anesthesiologist. He knew that as the end of his sophomore year in high school. Now he's a junior, a stellar student, a tremendous young man, and a great fit on this St. Joe's Prep program in the linebacking core. That's Cam Smith.
That's all he wants to be? Wow.
What do you mean? Oh, that's a great profession.
That's sarcasm. That's an incredible profession.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
And by the way, as we sit here at Franklin Field, there's a wonderful hospital just steps from us to the left, University of Pennsylvania.
What play are you pulling out here, Bob or Danny?
Who's the analyst here?
Yeah. LaSalle lining up to go for it here. They're electing to keep their offense out on the field. See what they've got on this play here.
Julian McFadden has been bottled up to this point.
Oh, heavy pressure.
He is sacked.
Again, the St. Joe's Prep defensive line comes up big for them there. Just swallowed up any chance that LaSalle had on that one. Had a great drive going up to this point, but just couldn't get anything. 3 incompletions and then the sack there. Not what you want to see if you are LaSalle this late into the first half. We're going to get a change of possession after the stoppage.
A difficult matchup against Sean McNulty on the right-hand side of that offensive line. McNulty, one swim move.
Man tries to get back up, and then he's brought down. Brewer was involved on that tackle. That's the quarterback, Josh Meyer, who has a ton of carries. I have him at 11 carries in the game, and a couple of pass incompletions and 1 interception. But he's a guy who has 8 rushing touchdowns this year. So out of this triple option offense, the quarterback, Josh Meyer, he'll carry it as much as, or maybe even more than, a lot of the running backs. But here it's Steffi. Brewer got him. Brewer holding him back and throwing him down. And they'll throw a flag on the play. The whistle was blowing, and so they'll say that Brewer's actions and the completion of that tackle came after the whistle had blown. You get all that adrenaline pumping, and he's making a football play. But there the officials deemed that he made the football play.
That's a personal foul
after the whistle had blown. And it's a personal foul on Brewer that absolutely stings against the big man on his way to Penn State. First down, first and goal from the 10. Nate, you know what? It might be just outside the 10. Where are they here? It might be on the 11. It looks like they can get a first down, I think. Are they? Oh, is that? Yeah, it's at the 10. I'm reading off the scoreboard. From my angle, I honestly. Yeah, now they're going to move the chains. Okay, so they got it straightened out. That's where.
First and 10 from the Spartans' 11.
Okay, there. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, first and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down if they get it inside the 1. For all intents, it's more or less first and goal from the 11, but they could get a first down inside the 1. Moving to the line of scrimmage. Everybody's dancing around. Cacalico's trying to draw him offside. Weil is prepared for that, and they're ready for it. Longenecker in motion. Pitch it out. Longenecker is going to try to cut back inside, and everybody's just going to wrap him up, and a whole big swarm and gang of guys getting over there and taking him over to the sideline. Longenecker for 5.
Down by Chase Eisenhower. That'll bring up
who now has 112 yards total on the ground today. 2nd and 5 from the 6. And the Eagles leading 14-7 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter in this battle of defending district champions and a battle for first place in the league. And a Y missing team. Well, here's Meyer trying to push his way through. Has a couple blockers there. Well, on the keeper, I think he got a couple. And I think they got down to about the 2. So 3rd and 1 from the 2, I think, is what we have, just about. Wyomissing has not lost in the regular season in almost 5 years. A 41-game win streak, and their last loss in the regular season was October 27th, 2018, in the last game of the regular season against Berks Catholic. They have a 27-game league win streak. All right, is he going to get to the end zone? It looks like he won't. Caleb Brewer brings him down.
Josh keeps. Stopped by Caleb Brewer.
Brewer with a huge tackle on 3rd and 1 from the 2. And now on 4th down, what is Cacalico going to do?
2-yard line.
4th and 1 from the 2. And it looks like the Eagles will go for it. It looks like. They might call timeout to talk about it. I don't know. Oh, they're bringing out the chains to see just how far they have to go. What we know is 4th and 1 from about the 2.
Got an angle there.
Looking through it with the binoculars, it looks like almost exactly a yard, maybe. I mean, it's not like it's one of those things where they're an inch away. It looks like a pretty good yard, 2.5 or 3 feet, something like that. Pretty close to an actual yard. Just trying to gauge it from way over here on the opposite 20-yard line. Looking at this 80 yards downfield the other way from our strategic location, the visiting bleachers. All right, here we go. On 4th and 1 from the 2. Caleb Brewer has had a couple of huge tackles, and he's gotten really fired up on defense. He also, unfortunately, had that personal foul penalty. Josh Meyer a long way before he gets under center. It's a one-score game, and will it stay a one-score game is the question. What do we got here? Are we calling timeout? Are we going? Now they run the clock. Here we go. Meyer under center. Everyone's going to pack it in. Steffi trying to drive to the goal line. Did he get there?
That's an Eagles touchdown.
Yes, he did. Sam Steffi just had enough to push his way through, and it's a 2-yard touchdown run for Sam Steffi.
On for the extra point, number 2, Todd Becker.
With 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. And now number 2, Todd Becker for the extra point. And his kick, it is high and good.
Becker's kick is good.
And the Cacalico Eagles lead the Wyomissing Spartans 21-7 with 2:35 to go in the third quarter. I really didn't know if he had gotten in. I thought there was a chance that they had stopped him short, but you could see the Cacalico players were celebrating right away, and it took them a moment before they officially did declare that it was a touchdown. We'll see at Bob Wolfram Field next week when we officially dedicate the field. After the legendary head coach of the Wyomissing Spartans, Bob Wolfram, that is in our post-game ceremony after Wyomissing's homecoming game against the Conrad Weiser Scouts. The game is
them down. Brensinger in motion, and we reach the end of quarter number 3 in the McCaffrey's game of the night. And it's the Pennridge Rams 15 and the Pennsbury Falcons 14. McCaffrey's game of the night on BCB. We'll step aside and return to the field of play in just a moment.
McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day. Family owned and operated for over 40 years, McCaffrey's is part of your community and a very proud supporter of our local high schools. For true value on the freshest meats and produce to their own prepared food department, to everyday savings on your necessary items, McCaffrey's is exceptional every day. And it's in your neighborhood in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Georgia.
And kill clock enough to keep this drive alive. Vlasic rolls left, straight rollout, throws, caught by Devano, out of bounds, clock stopped again, ball inside the Strathaven 45-yard line, ball marked at the 44.
They've been doing this for a lot of years being Garnet Valley football alumni coach, and I've never seen a shotgun formation roll out to your left and complete a pass on the sideline to stop a clock.
Yeah. Well, Voice of the Valley said it. Garnet Valley had 1:05 left when that caught. Up, the hat down. I think they're going to say his pass route. I think they're going to say illegal contact. You can see the sideline judge downfield through his hat. Looks like, let's see if we can see if Lopez goes out of bounds. He does. It looks like he steps out of bounds right about the 30-yard line. And you can see Coach Clancy clearly making the call for the officials. So Lopez, if he steps out of bounds, can't be the first player to touch the ball. They're just going to say incomplete now. You can see Coach Van Wyk looking for what the explanation was. So even though he threw his hat, even though it was a legal receiver, oh, I understand now. They're going to say that it wasn't caught. It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
So it's not a legal contact because he didn't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't see the replay right away. So
makes sense.
It looked like a good catch, but
yeah. So neither of the outcomes is very good for the Jaguars in that it ran 7 seconds off the clock. But again, Lassick back. Give goes inside to Vaughn. Slides down short of the first down. Jaguars are going to have to call timeout. Well out of Kai Lopez field goal range with the ball at the 36-yard line. Would make that a 53-yard field goal, which, as good as Kai has been, is outside of his range. So Vaughn just slips down. Jaguars call their timeout. That'll bring up a last gasp heave, I'm guessing, from Lassick into the end zone with 3.5 seconds remaining here in this first half. So the Jags have moved the ball, but as I was saying, that Coach Kevin Clancy probably would have preferred that they scored that last touchdown with 1 second left in the half, but they gave the Jaguars a minute. But a minute certainly not a lot of time to try and go 80 yards when you're not a big chunk play.
Angelo Pereira connect with 3 field goals last week. He did miss an extra point here tonight. And Bagley that time faking the handoff, keeps it himself.
Oh, flag launched.
And he is blown up on the play. Stop made by Jack Rowe.
And he is not getting up.
But Jack Rowe, he may have done some extra stuff, said something extra. And meanwhile, an injured player down.
That's Nathan Bagley down.
Injury timeout on the field with 10:10 to go in the fourth quarter.
Neshaminy team, Ryan Clemens, 37 yards rushing with a touchdown to help the Bucs lead here in the second half. As Taylor will come out in the gun to open things off. First play from scrimmage for the Bucs. As the ball's on the ground, as Cooper falls on top of it and recovers. And Neshaminy almost got on that one and was able to give Taylor a little bit of a check there. Was able to dive on it.
Second down and 15.
Bring up 2nd and 15 for the Bucs now. As Taylor will take the direct snap himself, goes up the middle for a nice gain on the play. Gets just to the about 16-yard line. Jared Mole on the tackle. So a quick 3rd down for the Bucs as Neshaminy tries to get off the field here early in the 3rd quarter. Taylor calls the hard count and it gets Neshaminy to jump there.
Had him jumping for joy, unfortunately, on that one.
Penalty against Neshaminy. First down for Central Bucks West.
So it'll be an automatic first down for this Bucks offense after the flag on the Neshaminy defense. Two receivers to the near side of the field for the Bucks. As again, Taylor takes the direct snap up the middle for maybe 2 yards on the play. Not too much room to go there. Neshaminy trying to break a little bit of a skid as they haven't won since 2020 over the Central Bucks West team. Central Bucks West has won the last 2 meetings back in 2021, 27-3, and then last year they won 22-0. Central Bucks West went on to a 9-5 2022 season, losing in the playoffs.
They'll be looking to change that in this upcoming playoffs.
As Taylor was hit as he throws, incomplete. As he was intended for Noah Miller at midfield.
Pass intended for Noah Miller.
Could not connect on that one.
Ball's incomplete. Third down.
It will bring up 3rd and 8 for the Bucks offense here. As they're quick to get to the line on this 3rd and 8. Taylor will take it himself off the end around. In some space, one man to beat, spins, tackled, wrapped up. Good tackle there from Neshaminy. And will be short of the first down. Look to be maybe a yard or 2 short.
Cooper takes down.
No, correction, it will be enough for a first down.
But it will be a first down for Central Bucks West.
As Taylor was able to keep the drive alive. And a lot of direct snaps from him tonight. He's been known to run. As they'll give it off to Clemens. Clemens cuts off into midfield and tackled just short of midfield. A big run there for Ryan Clemens, who continues to impress tonight. 2 touchdowns already to his name. First down for the Bucks. They'll give it off to Clemens again. Clemens cuts through a couple of Neshaminy defenders, breaks some tackles in the process, and gets maybe about 5 yards on the play. As a Neshaminy defender is injured on the play. Slow to get up.
Alrighty, well, welcome back in here for the end of this first half. St. Joe's Prep trying to put another touchdown on the board. That one's going to be overthrown out of the back of the end zone. 5 seconds left on the clock. St. Joe's Prep leads 21-zip. Let's see, was he in front of the... Nope, stayed behind the line of scrimmage when he let that pass go. So a nice effort there. St. Joe's Prep quarterback, he got it to where he wanted it to go, just a little bit too long. See what they've got here on this play. Oh, first we gotta watch an ad. Don't you guys just love YouTube? Global collaboration.
Not a man anywhere near. Brings that one in, goes straight to the house.
It's like
27-zip.
Prep was able to convert on a touchdown there on a pass.
Well, needless to say, that's a bit of a gut punch to end the half.
For that one, but that puts them up
27-0 and shoulder on to
28
tack
as long
on
as they
one
make
more.
the field goal here. They'll Put them up 28.
We talked about it, how scary that St. Joe's Prep offense is. From that part of the field right there, they have so much space to work with, and we saw it right there. Maj Jones taking a great shot right there, finds Hardy in stride. Up, what do you know? Straight to the end zone.
They pierced that LaSalle zone. They ran a receiver near side of the field as we see it underneath in the flat. That's going to pull the
going in.
Cornerback.
But feels like a critical stop right now for Pennsbury.
Yep.
Spread formation, and Keating drops back, looks to throw, airs this one out, and it's tipped, it's intercepted.
Not intercepted.
Or excuse me, incomplete. Thank you.
Almost intercepted. It was another good shot for Pennsbury to get one.
Yeah, Ray Vereen
and he
was there defensively. Comes off a little bit gimpy. And on 4th and 14.
And these Pennsbury.
Joe Gregoire back to punt.
These Falcons are getting injured here. Looked like Bagley might have had a problem with his leg. Ray Vereen has a problem with his leg.
I think this is Eric David, and that kick is blocked. And Ben Pennridge is going to grab it at the 25-yard line. And the Falcons have great field position.
And Nate Bagley's coming back into the game. Wow.
Bagley returning to action here as he got banged up. And he's been getting attention from the trainers. We saw him walking around and then talking to their strength and conditioning guy for a little bit. And whatever assessment the Falcons did, they said he's good to go.
Unbelievable.
That is a tough customer.
Yeah. I mean, he
credit to Nate to want to get back in the mix.
Yeah, he's built for this game. He's played this game all 4 years at this high school. It's his last year.
And he knows how big this moment is.
Yep.
That time, again, the ride play with Zerniak. And I think maybe Bagley just kept that one.
He did.
It's been his tendency. And
first play back after what looked like a scary injury. He's keeping the ball running right up the middle.
Picks up 6.
No big deal.
Falcons now down under 7 minutes to go.
He's up to 140 rushing yards on the night.
McGinty comes in with the play. Zerniak, the tailback, and Eric David, the motion man, and a quick one up the gut. Zerniak picks up a first down.
Yeah, you're kind of in a perfect situation right now if you're Pennsbury's offense. What's the one thing that helps the clock is the run game, and right now you're in a perfect field position that even if you let the clock run down as much as you can and get to a 4th down, you're in field goal range for your kicker, and you only need a field goal to take the lead. Don't know if that's what Galen wants to mainly do, but if that's what it ends up happening, you're in a good situation.
Yeah, mostly you want to punch this thing in, but a field goal gives you the lead. Bagley fakes the handoff. He turns it upfield, up near the 5-yard line. And there was a flag that came out. I wasn't sure I saw the flag on the field, but it is out, and hopefully it's not a hold on Pennsbury, but unfortunately it is.
Hey. Vikings not happy about it.
This has been something that the Falcons get down into the red zone, and a fumble, a holding call.
Yeah, it's just mistakes upon mistakes in the red zone, and it has to be fixed if this team wants to try and get into this postseason.
And really it has to be fixed in this final 6 minutes of game.
Yep.
A 3-3 record. You don't want to go down 3-4.
Nope.
Be looking at North Penn next week and still have Neshaminy to tangle with in the final week of the season. A critical moment.
Got to get this one.
1st and 13 after the holding call. A blitz shown, and the fake was to Zerniak, and they get it out to Eric David, trying that option play again. That option play taking a little bit too long to develop, and the Pennridge Rams doing a good job with their outside guys getting to the football, getting to Eric David. It was a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 11. Football at the Ram 15.
The clock's starting to be something that you're going to be having to keep an eye at with the rest of this game.
Yep, just under 5 minutes to go, and the handoff goes to Zerniak, and Zerniak is met at the line of scrimmage by Ryan Rowe, and Rowe flexes after that tackle. A big play by the Pennridge defense, and that's a loss of a couple of yards, 3rd and 13. And again, the Falcons still have that option to bring out their kicker, Angelo Pereira. And this is a little bit closer to his range.
That first field goal miss last season?
Yeah.
It was a long one.
He's trying a 43-yarder. Seems like just moments ago. Close to the 4-minute mark. And the Falcons fake the give and give it out to Eric David, but he fumbles the football. It's picked up by the Pennridge Rams and streaking down the far side of the field and into the end zone for a touchdown. And a flag comes out late. And maybe this could be some type of illegal block on the Rams and bring this thing back.
It's looking like it because there's a lot of depleted Rams out there. Here, out comes the Pennsbury defense. But man, another mistake from the Pennsbury Falcons in the red zone.
And I apologize. Rams are wearing black on black out there. Did you catch that number? I thought it might be 13.
I was trying to look, but he was.
I think that might have been Chase Marshall.
You might be right. I feel like
officials talking things over as they threw a flag.
Like that to the 37-yard line of the Red Rovers. Long count by Williams. Side Banks also in the backfield. Williams has time to throw, and that one tipped at the last second. He was looking in the direction of Kratzer again, but great job defensively by the Red Rovers.
And I don't know if he puts a little more air on that, brings it a little bit more to the outside, because Kratzer was behind him. But you got a good look there. The Easton pass rush is just not getting there. I think Easton needs to do something to bring more linebackers, bring some more pressure, try to change up where the angles are coming from. But their front four are not getting there with any kind of pass rush to disrupt Josiah Williams' time.
From the 37. Gonna throw this one again, and catch was made. And again, he's looking to go to Kel Kratzer for a real ortho first down.
And so far this season, Kel Kratzer has been his favorite target. Coming into this game, 17 catches, 279 yards, 4 touchdowns. You just have to think at some point he's going to break one free.
On the ground. That was Banks. So look at the two receivers. You're talking about Kratzer, 17 for 279. Has a bunch of catches tonight, 4 or 5 at least. But Jasir Fritchie, 22 catches for 288. I don't know if he's caught one yet tonight. Maybe he has one.
He might have one.
And short yardage.
And that's who Easton needed to get the ball to tonight.
Yep.
Him, J.C. Wilson, Colin Torres, and they really haven't been able to much at all.
Pump in once and now going incomplete. Looking towards the end zone for number 9 again, and Kratzer.
And that's a good decision by Josiah Williams. He saw they're trying to go with a quick screen go, try to get those 2 slots out quickly, draw the defensive backs up, slip the receiver behind them. Easton played it well, so Josiah Williams makes a smart play, throws it beyond, out of bounds, come back, live third down. But I'm going to have to call Coach Fairclough after the game. I think he lied to us. He said Josiah Williams is going to run the ball 15, 18 times. I have him right now for unofficially 8 carries.
Okay, well, still half to go. Here's your run. So what's the problem?
Okay, so here's
exactly
9.
Exactly what he told you, right?
Here's 9.
He's halfway home.
All right. I'm just saying, it's been a while since he ran the ball.
Taking shots at Coach Fairclough already. He said, hey, take it easy, Matt. We'll get to the 15 to 18.
Listen, I think as we get older, I think I'm getting a little too,
wait,
too
why do you say
critical.
we get older?
It is we. It is we.
You throw me into your. You're making comments. All of a sudden, I'm in your we.
Listen, I'm not going to say that.
There's nothing to listen. I got you. All right, so 4th down and 1 for the old people up here in the booth. I think he's going to run again. And he will.
Right.
And he's going to run through and still get it and get up towards the 11-yard line for a real ortho first down. They can get another first down, I believe, at the 1. I believe they're going to mark, they're going to mark this at the 11.
And I don't think we're going to see Emmaus in any kind of hurry at all. I think they're just going to take their time.
Matt, you punch it in here. I was going to say, you punch it in here, you have yourself a commanding lead, considering there hasn't been that many possessions in this game.
Correct, and I think you're right. One thing to keep an eye on, though, is 2 weeks ago, Easton was down. Very similar, but I believe it was 20 to 6 against Becca. Came back quickly. I think in a span of like 3 or 4 minutes, they scored 2 quick touchdowns.
Well, they'll score a touchdown here. 11-yard touchdown. 3rd touchdown of the night for Josiah Banks.
Yeah, he's having himself a fantastic game. But with that, you have to give credit to the offensive line. He's run through holes that are huge, and he's not getting touched until the 2nd, 3rd level. That time, I don't think he was touched until he was about 14 yards down the field.
I wish I would.
So you could look at this. Cy Williams opens up to his right to hand off the Banks. You have Wassel leading for him. You have Landino, Ben Mercado up front blocking for him. 67 out in front. George Attar blocking for him. Just opening up the holes.
Extra point is good. 28-6 is your score. In favor of Emmaus, touchdown comes with 3:24 on the clock. So Matt taking advantage of the turnover.
41 to 40 in a row, but the win streak, and then you have a flag on the play here too. Well, the win streak is going to come to an end at 41 here in Denver, Pennsylvania, against the Calico Eagles. Still 5 minutes and 2 seconds left. Of course, why I'm missing, rated number 2 in the state at the 3A level on the latest Penn Live rankings, which really officially don't mean anything. Number 1 in the power rankings in District 3, Class 3A. Now that does mean everything. However, do they fall out at number 1? I mean, Calico is a very good team, but now Wyomissing has a loss, and Lancaster Catholic and West Perry, they were both unbeaten also. So Wyo might drop out of number 1 in the power rankings. The top 2 teams get a first-round bye in the district tournament. 6 teams will qualify, so the first game, which is November 3rd, 4th, something like that, Wyo would get a bye week if they finish 1 or 2, and you have 2 other undefeated teams. So, and I don't know what the scores are for Lancaster Catholic or West Perry. What is the deal here with the officials? Good gracious, guys. This is an awfully long discussion and just sort of dragging out the pain of the end of this game, I think. You know, we have 5 minutes and 2 seconds left. Eventually they'll decide what they want to do. And he's coming over to explain to the Wyomissing staff, including Bob Wolfram. We have the Bob Wolfram Field dedication ceremony next Saturday afternoon. We'll be carrying that after the game against Conrad Weiser here on SFBN, but we also want to have a big turnout from the community, including all the alums. It's pretty traditional on homecoming and Hall of Fame Day, too. all former players, coaches, fans, any members of the community, anyone and everyone. We invite and encourage you to attend for this special moment next Saturday afternoon after the Wyomissing Spartans play the Conrad Weiser Scouts. And next week should be an easier game for a while. Conrad Weiser is 1-5 and their defense is very shaky. So that should be one of the more comfortable wins for Wyomissing next week, one would think. And probably the same in week 9 against Octorara, who picked up 2 wins to begin the season after they really struggled last year. And I think they were 1-9 last year. Well, Octorara comes into this week and tonight's action at 2-4, and we see them in week 9 on October 21st. After all of that, I still don't know what the officials have no idea where to mark the ball or what is happening here.
Would be incredible. 2 straight weeks of game-winning field goals for the young sophomores. They've been kicking for 2 years.
Need a stop here on 3rd and 4, and handoff to Arteaga. He's not going to get the 4 yards. He might pick up 1. Pennsbury defense converging on the ball carrier, and it looks like there may be another injury timeout. No, it is a Pennsbury timeout. Yeah. Their final one comes with 1:07 to go.
They get this ball back here, they're going to have to move really, really quickly, which they are not very efficient
They're not used to.
No.
Yeah. You know, for complete automotive service, trust the Peruzzi Auto Group. Value and service on all makes and models. Free multi-point inspection.
Williams is going to throw. Far side, and they missed the tackle. And running down the sideline, off to the races, Cal Kratzer. We talked about that before. He goes 51 yards for the touchdown. So Williams to Kratzer.
And it's just a short pass. Very short pass out to the flat. Cale Kratzer, credit him. Josiah Williams puts the ball where it needs to be. He gets there quickly. He breaks that one tackle. Bad angles, and really just some bad angles not getting to where they need to be, and Cale Kratzer makes them pay for that.
So extra point. And that one is up, and that one is through.
And by the way, Al, we still stand. Josiah Williams, only 10 running plays. 10 carries.
I hear you.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. But he threw that one 51 yards, so I think Coach will take that.
He threw it 5 yards. Cale Kratzer
51 yards.
I know it goes down as a 51
51 yards.
These quarterbacks, you know.
Whoever's not watching, they realize it's 51.
Listen, I'll hear.
Weren't you a quarterback too?
No, I was never a quarterback. Are you kidding me? I'll hear about it tomorrow from 2 quarterbacks that are listening tonight, though. Here's my shout out, Al. You know, every week.
All right, here's a shout out.
So
we're going across the country. Here we go.
Franklin and Marshall tomorrow, Lancaster. So we have some guys listening out there. My son being one of them. Trey Tremba from Parkland.
I think we're skipping the Coaches Roundtable show. We're going to extend it one additional week because Phillies are playing Wednesday at 5, and we want to make sure everybody able to watch the game at Sandy's Beef and Ale, home of the world-famous Sandwich. All right, again, they line up. 4th and 2, 1:07 to go. Keating from the gun. This time a false start on the Rams.
Wow.
More pre-snap movement. And so instead of 4th and 2, 4th and 7. Adam, does this change the thinking of Coach Beller?
What do we got now?
Maybe
4th
bring
and
your
7?
kicker out?
Yeah, I think that would be a safer bet. Make this a 4-point game. Force Pennsbury to get in the end zone, and it would take a miracle.
I'm not 100% sure, though, because if you look at it like this, if you turn the ball over on downs, Pennsbury's going to have to go at least 90 yards in a minute to try to possibly even get it into field goal range. So
also true.
Yeah, they keep the offense out there.
Here we go. This is the game here, right here.
This time it's Rowe, the running back to the right of Keating. who calls for the football from the gun, rolls out, looks into the end zone, throws, and completes the pass, and the Pennridge Rams will go down. Joe Gregoire with a heady play right there, caught the pass, and at the 1-yard line, he goes down to his backside, and that will allow the Pennridge Rams to get into victory formation and take a knee here with under a minute remaining.
He's now up to 100 passing yards, keying in. He found a receiver wide open. It was the smart move to lay down there.
Really well-designed play.
Yeah.
And it caught Pennsbury.
Very off guard. Wow. So Pennsbury's now going to go down to under 500, which is not where you want to be with 3 weeks left to go.
These teams will
Davies, he didn't attack the ball. He just kind of let the play out. He's got to slow down, take the contact, and let it happen from there.
So a play that they need, a Frill Ortho first down all the way to the 36-yard line. And you talk about that sense of urgency, right? That ball goes out of bounds, clock stops at the same time, and now Ordway in position. Got some space if he wants to throw this one sideline, he does, and that was intercepted. It hung up there too long, and the INT by Rafael Torrero.
I missed the INT. I was sitting back here. Mario Landino.
It's pressure.
Just got tackled. He had 3 guys just tackle him to the ground to keep him from getting through. You're going to see him coming from the top part of the screen. He's getting so much of a push. There's 4 guys just tackle him to the ground. But Cole Ordway throws it up, and Torrero comes up with the interception. Just an errant throw, trying to make something happen. Again, pushing the ball down the field but the Emmaus defense is in a position where they can make a lot of plays on the ball. They just need to continue to do that.
So they'll start from their own 7. Again, if you're Emmaus, I don't see them throwing the ball here until they get out there.
I don't either. I think we see Josiah Williams run the ball.
So they'll start things on the ground?
Like I said, Josiah Banks.
You had it right. A minute remaining here in quarter number 3. And a quarter that really has changed things. It was 14-6 at the half. It's now 35-6.
And actually, I was mistaken there. That was Riley Guffrey on the carry, number 8 for Emmaus. He's their second leading rusher behind Williams. Might be the 3rd leading rusher after tonight, after the big game that Banks has had for Emmaus.
So likely the last play of the quarter. And a gain of about 2 yards or so. I don't think they'll take another snap here. No need to take another snap.
I don't think they will.
So touchdowns. Josiah Williams to Wassel from 18. Josiah Banks from 11 on the run. And then Josiah Williams, 51 yards to Kratzer. Horn sounds 35-6 in favor of Emmaus. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Do you suffer from nagging neck or back pain? The St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine Program can get you better, faster. We're easy to.
Kickoff is brought back by Armistead, who had a big return earlier and gave Lyle a chance. I mean, they had a couple big kickoff returns, one of which led to their only touchdown of the game. That was on a Jeremiah Diaz return to begin the second half. When Lyle was down 14-0, they gave themselves a chance. They looked like they were coming out with renewed energy and ready to do it. Ready to tackle the task at hand. Calico stepped up to that renewed energy, and they gave up the 1 touchdown. Bob Wolfram was there last week and saw what Calico did to Eastern Lebanon County, and he knew that this Calico team was as good as we are seeing here today, because he saw them last week against an Elko team that YO had a 1-score game against in the 4th quarter. And Calico demolished them, and frankly, they're doing a number here against Wyomissing too, which is, I think, the stunning part. Not that Wyomissing lost. I think that Everyone knew that Calico could win this one. But the way that they did it here, 34-7. No, I was not going to pick that. I knew the Wyomissing's offense was going to have a tough time, but I thought they'd be able to get a little more. And just Calico's defense is that good. Teddy White handoff. We got a couple of guys shoving each other around, and yeah, they're helping each other up. It doesn't look like, I mean, you know, sometimes in this kind of situation you can get some extracurriculars after the whistle, some bad blood, bruised feelings, bruised egos. Caleb Brewer coming out of the game. And just a frustrating night for Wyomissing here. And the defending 5A champions, and they're not at the top of the 5A power rankings right now because they lost in week 1, but they're looking mighty, mighty good to me. Here comes Armistead with a big run back, cuts it back inside. Can he take it all the way? And yes, he can! Marvin Armistead, a 57-yard touchdown run. It comes with just 42.6 seconds left. So unfortunately, it's one of those better late than never deals. But an impressive run for Marvin Armistead, who had the big kickoff return earlier. And man, he has shown flashes of brilliance. He had a nice touchdown against Donegal last week. Man, he can fly. Keegan Maher's extra point is good. It is 34-14, Calico. Armistead, breakaway speed. I thought maybe that Tim Porter, 33, could catch him, but nope, it wasn't to be. .6 seconds left, and it's 34-14, which somewhat coincidentally, or maybe ironically, was the score in week 3 at Trinity when Wyomissing was trailing in the third quarter. They were down 34-14, this exact score, and then Wyomissing rallied all the way back to win 35-34, but that will not be happening here today because there simply is not enough time. 34-14. And a couple kind of garbage time touchdowns for each side. Aaron Longenecker, the pick 6. Marvin Armistead, the long run. The game had already been decided. Both teams know that we've got a winner in this contest. Calico is lining up for an onside kick. They have one man deep and 10 men up close, 10 yards, 10 to 15 yards away from the ball. Will Keegan Maher try for an onside kick here? Will he drop it behind those up men? Yeah, he's going to drop it a little short and find a little spot, and Wyomissing is going to pick it up and run it in the end zone for a touchdown. Luis Huertas. What a goofy play. It kind of skipped, and Calico outsmarted themselves on that play. Huertas picks up the ball on a couple of bounces.
Onside kick is recovered by the Spartans.
And recovers for Wyomissing, but it's not a touchdown score. You can't advance the onside kick, right? Yeah, it's first down. It is not a touchdown, so it's first down for Wyo. As he was running, I'm going, I don't think he can advance that, but I'm trying to remember. He just picked it up and kept, it's a shame he couldn't. So Wyomissing can try to build on its score. It's 34-14. So they can add one more score here. I mean, that's exactly what they were setting themselves up for. Instead of an onside kick up close, drop it over them. And then you see, I think that was Longenecker who was deep. He's sprinting forward going, uh-oh. And it's like, yeah, what do you think they're going to do? There's a 40-yard hole of no man's land. Just drop it right in between. That's a great kick by Maher, too. And they're going to blast their way forward there for Tyler Nadrowski. And a gain of about 5. And this might be the last play of the game, if they even need to run another play. We're down to 25 seconds left. And now this might be the last play of the game. Teddy White taking over for Logan Hyde, who looked like he was stuck up a couple of times. Tyler, now this is not, this is Armistead, I think. Might be Daniel Noe. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the game. And the Cocalico Eagles have ended the Wyomissing Spartans' 41-game regular season win streak. It is the first loss for Wyomissing in the regular season in almost 5 years. The last time Wyomissing lost in the regular season was October 27th, 2018, in the last game of the season against Berks Catholic. And Wyomissing simply lost to the better team here today, and they fall out of first place in Section 4 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League. Wyomissing goes to 6-1 overall, 3-1 in the league, and this Cocalico Eagles team came absolutely as advertised, as they improved to 4-0 in the league and 6-1 overall. How on earth did they lose in week 1? They lost in week 1 against Warwick 17-14. This team is really, really good. And I know.
Second down 10 from the 48.
Certainly think two down territory for the Panthers.
The way they're moving the ball.
Unless they take a field goal to try to make it a 2-score game again. Ball's loose on the ground. Strathaven manages to fall on it. That will bring up a 4th down. See the decision here for Coach Clancy and the Panthers.
They have not thrown the ball.
Not yet.
First half.
So the loss of the yardage on the fumble in the backfield puts them in a 4th and 8, which you don't think really is a running situation. They will not attempt the field goal. Kitchens back into the huddle. O'Donohue out for the Jaguars. Nolan Carroll back in at safety. So let's see if we see our first Strathaven throw of the game. Obviously a huge situation and a huge play here in this 3rd quarter. Flags down.
Delay a game.
Delay a game, so all that decision making over there on the Strathaven sideline. They took too much time to get the play call made and too much time to get the ball snapped, so the delay a game will push them back another 5. So now 4th and 8 turns into 4th and 13. Again, ball out at the Garnet Valley now 17-yard line. They will still not send their field goal unit on the field, so let's see what they've got dialed up from 4th and 13 on the 17-yard line, partner. Fisher split to the bottom of your screen. Jags have coverage underneath and over top. Kitchens looks, throws, way overthrown, out of bounds. Jaguars will take over on downs, and that is a huge defensive stop, as always, sponsored by the Joseph Michael Albany Jr. GV Class of 1985 Memorial Scholarship Fund. Jags needed that, partner.
They really did. And I thought maybe the strategy there by Coach Clancy might have been in that 4th and 8 to just try to get them to maybe jump and then go for, I don't recall the timeout, but I think he just might have lost track of time because they were all huddled around that 30-yard or 25-yard line there, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, that mistake proved costly. That jumping off sides on 1st down. Give goes to the second back through Vaughn. Plenty of room. Makes a man miss. Outside, 40, 50, 45, 40. Eventually brought down at the Strathaven 35-yard line. Huge play on 1st down by Luke Vaughn and this Jag offense. See if you can see the replay here. Nope, yep, fake to Lararis, the first back through. Vaughn, good blocking up front, and then Vaughn just did the rest. Eventually brought down, but not before a huge gain. Ball marked at the 35-yard line. Vaughn checks out, might just need a breather after all that running.
Yeah, that was nice hard work. Hey, and I'm going to say this, I went back and I not say I challenged the line, but that was a great block, across the front there to spring them.
Lareris and Carroll, the backs. The give goes to Carroll. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but manages to fall forward for a gain of about 2, maybe 2.5.
Doesn't matter if he runs for a yard, 2, or 10. He sort of slides forward on the ground every time like he's diving head first.
So, yeah, gain of right about 2. Jags need to get the ball to the 25-yard line to pick up the first down. Right now, it's at the 33-yard line of the Panthers. Devano, the wide receiver, split to the top of your screen. Carroll, the back, second back through, gives to Lareris, not much doing. Gain of about 1, maybe 2. Nothing really there.
Defensive line did a nice job of closing the gap. Linebacker came up and filled the hole.
Yeah, just not where not a whole lot of room there for Ronnie Lareris, but Carroll checks out. It's now Luke Vaughn, and Nolan Carroll, the 2 junior running backs in the backfield for the Jaguars. Lassick under center. 3rd and 7 now for the Jags. Lassick nowhere to go. Tucks and runs, and he gets sandwiched and smashed down. Looking to throw. They covered the wheel route out of the backfield. Lopez was guarded well that time. Lassick had to try and tuck it and run. And you can see he had nowhere to go, and now brings up a 4th and still 7.
Yeah, he didn't see the Don Mate wheel route. Luke Vaughn was sort of wide open on that wheel route.
He had to throw it early. I mean, he was there immediately out of the backfield. That corner covered it. Lassick again, shotgun, rolls left, throws, caught. Devano, first down, Jaguars. Ball down about the 22-yard line. They went right back to it, buddy.
Yeah, I think Coach Boyd saw that play in the first half, and they were playing way off. Looks almost like a cover 2, and he just comes underneath that route and does a great job.
Yeah, that rollout's so quick from the shotgun. Lassick almost catches it running. I mean, he catches it on the move, almost like a fake punt kind of action. And he gets out quick, and the action's so quick on the out by the wide receiver, Devano, that it's really just pitch and catch. Give goes to Carroll inside. Good gain of about 5 on first down. They're going to mark him down at the 17-yard line of the Panthers.
Yeah, going back to the previous play with Tyler there, he does a great job, and quarterbacks coach John Flynn will be very happy with getting his shoulders around, getting him squared, and making that perfect throw to Devano out there. And
might be the fastest third quarter in the history of high school football, partner. We're now down, by the time the Jags snap the ball, right about a minute left here in this first quarter. 2nd and 5, ball in the 17. Lassick keeps. Gain of about 2. I think they're going to call him down right at about the 15.
You put that ball right there on the 15-yard line.
3rd and 3. Jags have to get just almost to the 12-yard line. Looks like the marker's just shy, just outside the 12-yard line, so they don't have to get quite to the 12. So 3rd and 3, 40 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Luke Vaughn, the single setback, trips to the top of your screen. Lassick, motion man, give goes inside Vaughn and just gets hammered by number 40, big defensive tackler Cole Miller. They give him a forward progress, it looks like, up to the, oh no, they marked him right at the 15 still. I was looking at this side judge walking in. So Garnet Valley does not have to snap the ball. Look to see here if they go hurry up and try and draw the Panthers off sides. Motion man goes. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they'll just take it into the fourth quarter there. Huge 4th down here to start the fourth quarter for the Jags. We'll see what Coach Boyd dials up.
Hey, it looks like they have it marked. Actually, a
man who just runs into Julian McFadden's man. No chance for McFadden's man to get all the way to the outside, especially when you have a guy that runs a 4.49.
Joel Clock on to attempt the extra point. Flag on the play.
Talked about that last week. When it's on offense, you call it a rub route.
That's exactly right.
Defense, you called a pick. Oh.
Both teams just loving the pre-whistle movement here. Can't seem to rid it.
Charlie Folk, a freshman quarterback, number 16, is warming up on the sideline for St. Joe's Prep.
Oh, no.
Couldn't handle it. Ball is loose, and in high school it is blown dead. That is the correct call, but at another level of football, that would have been 2 points going the other way.
About the 34-yard line.
Tell you what, Allentown Central Catholic has to be the cardiac kids. They pulled out a 23-20 win tonight.
Wow.
Over Liberty. They've played how many close games this season? Coach Miloski getting it done.
Well, here's the pass play off the fingertips. We will see them next week against Whitehall on a Saturday.
Nazareth's up 34-17 over Whitehall in the fourth quarter. Former student reporter Joey Draper. The call on that one. East Stroudsburg South, coaching buddy Matt Walters, 42-8 over Pocono Mountain East.
That's a much-needed win that they had to have. Here, the pass completion to Biddle, and Biddle gets 8 more.
And what you're seeing is Emmaus is just going to continue to leave the deep route, or cover the deep routes, leave the underneath routes open, and try to get them to throw underneath. Looks like it was 19, Ben Jones shaking up. Looks like his shoulder maybe.
So clock stops at 7:02 left for a second. Now they'll re-roll it.
31.
On the handoff. And they will get the first down. Ball got loose.
Ball got loose, yes. That was a great hit.
Wow.
And there's a flag on the far side. You have to think where that was thrown.
I think it was Terrero that came up with a pile. I'm not positive. I thought it was number 2. Let's wait here.
So if this is holding against Easton, Emmaus will decline it because they'll take the ball.
A lot of discussion down the field.
Hey, Terrero came out with the ball. He's still holding the ball.
Holding against the Red Rovers is declined. For Salle and 10, Emmaus.
And just like that, the drive stops.
So Emmaus gets the ball back. And they'll start from their own 48. And in at quarterback now is Jarrett Cooper.
We see a lot of new numbers in as well. And look at that coming out of the pile for number 44.
Joining Danny Rovey, Tyler Kern, Bobby Mullen, and myself, Bob Long here. Straight into town off the train from Boston College in his freshman year. We're thrilled to have him back.
Thrilled to be back, Bob, and Danny and Tyler. It feels like home.
4-3. They have to get this play off. They're not going to get it off. Timeout, Jaguars. Yeah, Coach Van Wyk saw it and was running down the sideline, sprinting, trying to make sure the officials heard it. The Jaguars would not have gotten that ball off, and it's trying to go for 2 to tie the game. You don't want to use a timeout with 10 minutes remaining in such a close game, but it's such a critical play to try and tie the game. You can't give up the 5 yards for the delay of game. So Coach Van Wyk wisely called the timeout. Jaguars talk it over. They do have the ability to now sort of see how Strath Haven was aligned to that look as well. I'm sure they would have liked to have run the play, but they're going to have the opportunity now to talk about it in the huddle right over here at the numbers. So see if they come out in the same look.
Tough strategy here, partner. Down by 2, 10 minutes left. Do you take the point and keep it a one-score game and see how the rest of the game plays out?
I mean, I hear the logic, but most coach offensive coordinators, especially at this point in the game with, just 10 minutes remaining, as difficult as it's been on the Jaguars on the defensive side of the ball to keep Strathaven from moving it. Here we go, double tight. Lassick signals the motion man. Handoff goes, fake. Lassick tries to run, tries to keep, dives. They're going to mark him just short. They say Lassick is down. It was a keep. Lassick faked the counter inside, kept it himself, tried to keep. He dove for the goal line, but it looked like he did come up just short. There's the fake. He had the outside. He didn't see it. He had the blocker there, had the edge sealed. He could have just bounced it. It's tough to see what his eyes from up here, what his eyes were seeing at field level. But nonetheless, the Jaguars come up short. Strathaven defensive holds on the two-point conversion, 21-19. Jaguars set to kick off. Back deep, number 20, Kaufman. Number 5, Fisher.
If you're Emmaus, you're coming out of this. Coach Fairclough is coming out of this thinking, we got a good win.
Yep.
And we came out healthy, minus what we find out about Cole Kratzer.
No question. That's Neil Michelle again on the carry. There's a flag thrown in at the end of that play.
And that comes from deep, so you have to believe that's going to be holding against Emmaus.
So 3:31 on the clock to move the ball back to the 46.
So even though it puts you behind, second and about 18, second and 17, the clock runs. You still have the ball. You're still running that clock. You're still keeping the Easton offense off the field. But if you're Easton's defense, you have to know they're not putting the ball in the air. They're going to run the ball. They're not going to risk any kind of turnover.
All right, so Matt, we said we were going to do this earlier. I'm going to go through Emmaus first. So they get Liberty and Freedom both at home, right? Both at home. That's huge for them. And then finish at Parkland. So you look at where they are right there in the mix for them. Two teams below them in Liberty and Freedom, but always still going to be solid all the way to the end, and Parkland leading the way. And that's a rivalry game, so you don't know what's going to happen there. For Easton on the other side, though, they go on the road at Freedom, and they get Parkland home, then at Nazareth. Those are three really difficult games.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at those two schedules, I really think Easton probably has the tougher of the two. Not to discredit anything from any of those teams, I think you're facing two of the top teams in the league.
But again, that penalty came as soon as the ball was snapped. I think it's an illegal shift. And there's your confirmation off screen, but the official did confirm.
Man, that was such a nice, well-designed play, maybe too well-designed because of that. But, the way Samaj Jones just cut on a dime and threw that back and hit his man in stride. Man.
Right, have the action go into the far side of the field, have the defense move into the far side of the field, and give it to a playmaker in the emptied out near side of the field.
Yeah.
It's great play design if it wasn't an illegal shift.
You also got the big boys that can get downfield, very athletic guards and tackles to block. Now, again, an underman that side of the field.
By the way, guys, I don't know if I'm seeing this correctly. It looks like the nose tackle right now for the LaSalle College High School Explorers is Andrew Brennan.
We did hear pregame that could happen. They are undermanned. And he's involved early on. Andrew Brennan, who will play center for this LaSalle team. Again, we mentioned some of the injuries, 5 or 6 starters on the combined both sides of the ball out here tonight. We do think that a good number of them will be back next week. LaSalle looking to get back on the winning track. This will be their 3rd loss of the year. A 6-point loss at Malvern Prep, a loss at Bishop McDevitt, where that for a long time looked like it was going to be a track meet into the 40s on both sides. LaSalle ran out of some answers. Bishop McDevitt made some great adjustments. That's one of the top 2 or 3 teams at the state in any level whatsoever. Jones flicks it across the middle. That should have been caught by Elijah Jones. Justin Hawkins in there on coverage.
Yeah, rare drop from a player like Elijah Jones, usually known for his route running abilities as well as his hands. Bob, adding on to what you said, those losses for the Explorers, definitely a lot to be learned right there. Those are 3 of the best teams in the state of Pennsylvania, as well as the entire region. So definitely a lot of lessons to take away from that. LaSalle, of course, definitely can be pitied here with the fact that injuries have bit this squad heading into this game and looking to get healthy next week.
4th down and about 4 yards to go. How about the LaSalle section on the other side of the field? Defense rings into our ears. 4th and 5. They take the shot against one-on-one coverage. Caught down inside the 1. He was down by contact there before fumbling that football because you're right, Tyler.
That would have been a touchback.
Would have been a touchback.
As you can tell by my ooh.
Really good throw there. Drop it in the bucket.
And the Jones to Jones connection reigns supreme right here. I said it once and I'll say it again. What a route ran by Elijah Jones. I mean, that's textbook right there. And then the hands to bring it in, with a toe tap.
That was a lot more difficult of a catch than the one he dropped 2 downs ago.
Oh,
good
yeah.
for him. Fantastic play by a great player. Dyches. Touchdown, St. Joe's Prep.
His quarterback's pushing him into the end zone there. I love it.
Brotherly shove. Join the fever.
Usually it's the other way around.
Tyler, you are enjoying those binoculars,
Yeah.
by the way.
I'm seeing the game in a whole new light, Bob. I can't believe you got this investment. You've been holding out on us.
It's yours for all the games if you'd like.
Looking to throw here. Middle part of the field, and incomplete. It had his receiver, Jordan Alston, but couldn't come up with it. That brings up change of possession. And back to Emmaus. They'll take a knee and probably get out of here.
I think you're right. We'll just see the defense come on, the offense for Emmaus. And I stand corrected.
Why?
We will see the Emmaus starting offense back on the field to take the knee.
That's all.
Which
roll dead all the way inside the Jaguar 5 at the 4.5-yard line.
Yeah, looked like he was coming up to make the fair catch, and Strath Haven guy player just stopped right in front of him and didn't allow him to get to the spot. I think
It's only got to give him a yard, the halo, and you only have to have a yard to make the catch. And if Carroll, wisely, if Carroll has any concern about being able to get up there and make a clean catch on it, you certainly don't want to turn the ball over there inside your own 10-yard line. So while you let it roll, the Jaguars have the ball on offense. They have 93 yards to go, 93.5 yards to go. Ball on their own 3.5. Lassick back, looks to throw, throws, caught. Lopez, gain of about 12 or 13, out of bounds, clock stops. First down, Jaguars out of the shadows of their own goalposts, at least for now. Ball on the 18, first down. Pretty big play to start the drive. Lassick standing in his own end zone, straddling the goal line when he threw it. So, Jags up to the 18.
nice job of sitting in the pocket there by Ty.
Yeah, and with again, under 6 minutes remaining, past the halfway mark here this fourth quarter, the stoppage of clock helps too. Give goes to Vaughn, dragged down by big number 40, Cole Miller. Oh, no, I apologize. That's not Miller. It's 89, Alexei Gustafson, the defensive end for the Panthers. So gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Jags outside their own 20 now. Ball on the 21. Classic motion. Give goes to Lareris. Big hole. There goes Ronnie Lareris. Gain of about 15. All the way out to the 37-yard line. Clock will stop temporarily while the chains get moved.
You talked, a lot of hands on hips there, a lot of looking at each other, and they Strath Haven defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of two-way starters for Strath Haven. So as this game's go on, you wonder if that fatigue sets in. And they've been out here a whole lot more in the second half than they were in the first. Give goes inside. Nope, Lassick keeps. Strath Haven reads it well. Gain of about 2. Number 21, Luke Vaughn, checks in for the Jaguars. Carroll, number 20, checks out.
Yeah, more hands on hips, and like I said, there's a drive the Jags need. It's this drive here, and to claw back into this game the way they have.
Yep, 2nd and 8, ball on their own 39. You would certainly think the Jaguars, with clock more than anything, are in 4-down territory, having to go for it. Ball's on the ground. Just a missed exchange between quarterback and running back for the Jaguars. See the replay here, back for the Jaguars. See the replay here. Lassick under center. Trying to give to the second back through. Yeah, and there's big number 40. We talked about it before. That's number 40, Cole Miller. He has been in the Jaguars' backfield the entire game, and he just disrupted that handoff. The fake went to the first back through Vaughn. Lassick was trying to get it to Lararis, the second back through, and Miller was just there before the handoff. Give goes to Green. Gain of about 4. And look to see here, this is that 4-minute offense situation where you see Kitchens going over to the sideline. I'd be shocked if the Panthers were to snap the ball with anything less than 5 seconds left on each play clock, down to down here. Their advantage is more clock than score now. They just play keep away, or at least try to. Play game clock at 16, 15. Oh, they snapped the ball. Give goes to Green. So that was a waste of about 15 seconds. Listen, you get 40 seconds between plays. Strath Haven snapped that ball with 18 seconds left on the game clock in between plays. You can see them much more slow and deliberate to Kitchens here. Play clock at 22, 21, 20. Let's see if they win. 3rd and 5, Strath Haven, timeout, Coach Clancy. Their first of this second half. So the Jags coaches will talk it over with their defense. I mean, obviously, with now just 3:09 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the Jaguars need to get the ball back, but really they need to get the ball back here in these 2 plays. I mean, if Strath Haven can convert and pick up a first down, the Jaguars do have timeouts remaining, but it puts them in a situation where they have to use all 3 timeouts on that next first down. So I'm sure defensive coordinator Mark Panapinto and his defensive staff in that huddle, obviously trying to get the ball back, trying to jar the ball loose, but they have 2 plays to keep the Panthers from getting 5 yards.
I'm talking clock management. Garnet Valley had to use that timeout on the 2-point conversion, so they have 2 timeouts left.
Yep, both teams with 2 timeouts. Play clock at 15. Kitchens under center. All 3 backs in the backfield. Now Strath Haven shifts. Fisher. Give goes inside. Green. Huge gain of about 10. First down. Strath Haven. And now Garnet Valley's really got their backs against the wall. You can watch it. He just, again, just such patient running. He waited. There was nowhere to go, and then just took off. Jaguars, again, had bodies there, but just not enough bodies to get him down, and that patient running. Jaguars are going to have to call timeout here after this first down play to try and conserve as much clock as possible. 1st and 10, Strath Haven. You can see Kitchen looking at the play clock. Waits, ball snap with 6 seconds. Fisher, gain of about 3. Timeout, Garnet Valley. They're going to call him forward motion, stopped after the gain of 3. Ball at the 25-yard line.
see number 69, Dylan Bledsoe, hobbling off the field for the Jaguars too, so they'll have to make some defensive substitutions. So 2:27 remaining here. Number 91, Damian Seng, checks in for the Jaguars in place of Bledsoe.
I get to share the
The
booth
Jaguars
with you guys
came
again,
out
so I can't thank you
scratching
guys
and
enough.
clawing in the
Hopefully
third
brighter days
quarter
for LaSalle, right? We've
into the
seen a
fourth
really,
quarter
really good Gavin Sidwar through 5, and one
Put
bad
up
game
the
hopefully doesn't define the season.
13
And
unanswered.
same thing with the rest of the offense, right? This is a banged-up LaSalle team against the
Comes
best
back
team in
to
the
the
state. I think I
big
can say
extra
that pretty
point.
confidently.
Yep.
So,
And first touchdown for the
obviously,
Jags.
not something to hold your head high per se. You know, you got blown out. There's no doubt about it. But don't hang it, because you've had a positive season, and you can continue to have a
left
positive
here in
season
the
moving past this
fourth
game.
and one
you get 'em
timeout left.
In November, if all goes
See.
according to plan, you play the way you want. Will, thanks for doing
Stop
this.
them here.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Well, thank you. You're always part of the family
They
here.
can't
Bob
after
Long.
that. So
Good seeing you, Will. Great insight, especially on LaSalle basketball.
2:27, 2nd and 7, ball on the 25. Jaguars likely to call timeout after this second down play. Will be their final timeout. Kitchens, give goes to Green. He's tackled. Gain of 2 will bring up a 3rd and 5. Jaguars do call their last timeout.
see Big Dylan Bledsoe checking back in for Damian Seng.
So Strathaven will certainly not put the ball in the air here on 3rd and 5. You will see number 40 for Cole Miller there, now in on the game on the offense. It was him that made that monster play, just completely disrupting the handoff there for the Jaguars, forcing that huge turnover. Gave the ball back to the Panthers. You can see him talking to his teammates in that Strathaven huddle, basically saying, well, we were just talking about a first down here and the game's essentially over. But for the Jaguars defense, they have to stop them short of the first down. The clock will run. Jaguars can't stop the clock again, other than getting out of bounds on offense or the first down for the chains to be set. So 3rd and 5, Strathaven ball. Green behind Kitchens. Kaufman and Green in the backfield. Give goes to Kaufman. He goes in untouched. Strathaven touchdown. Marco Kaufman. That'll do it.
Yep. You got to act like you've been there before and just didn't do it that time.
So Kaufman happy with the touchdown. He continued to run with the ball through the end zone all the way out to the 15-yard line. So likely going to call unsportsmanlike conduct here on the Panthers, which is interesting. If the Jaguars elect to take this on the extra point, it's going to march them back 15.
Yep.
So the ball will be spotted at the 18, and it's still a one-score game at 27-19. So
And I know
the
Coach
Jaguars
Clancy won't be
are
happy.
Let's see. The Jaguars, I would think, want to mark it off. They do on the extra point. So the ball will now be spotted at the 18-yard line rather than the 3-yard line. So it essentially makes this an 18, is a 25, 35-yard field goal by the time it's spotted by Kitchens. So number 27, Ben Milligan on. See if the Jaguars can try and get some pressure. It's actually a huge penalty because now it makes it a essentially 35-yard extra point to keep it a one-score game. High snap, kick, long enough, good. Huge, huge extra point, needless to say.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something Coach Clancy will have a conversation about with Kaufman, because that is putting yourself before the team.
Yeah.
It could have cost you huge if that was missed by Milligan.
It's a little bit just knowing, you don't want your player to take an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at any point, but just knowing the situation, knowing that the game, the down, the distance, the situation, the clock.
I mean, it was only an 8-point game at that point, and you really put your holder Kitchens and your kicker Milligan in a really difficult situation. But credit to them, high snap, Kitchens able to get the ball down. So now the Jaguars really have their back against the wall. It's a 9-point differential. That missed extra point that hit the upright on that first touchdown drive of the Jaguars really coming back to haunt them here late in this fourth quarter. Good kickoff, fielded by Carroll on his own 10. Works back to the middle of the field, looking for a block, doesn't really get it. Tackle made at about the 27-yard line. So the advantage the Jags had, or hopeful advantage there, was to try and make a big splash play on the special teams play and try and execute an onside kick. But now with 2:09 remaining, no timeouts, ball on their own 27-yard line. Jags got to try and get the ball downfield in a hurry, get the score, and then try and make a play on special teams on an onside kick. Lassick drops back, throws, incomplete. Trying to throw the ball on the little seam route to tight end, little short seam route to tight end, number 42, Caden Ollinger. You can see him, the tight end here in the bottom of your screen. Releases just downfield, and ball just underthrown, thrown inside. Almost looked like Lassick and Ollinger were on sort of different wavelengths on where that route was going. Vaughn, the single setback. Lassick under center. Give goes inside Vaughn. Brought down. Gain of about 6. Jaguars really got to hurry up now. No 2-minute warning in high school football. Lassick, clock running. Under center. Snap, throw, caught. Carroll, tackled. First down. Clock will stop momentarily. Jags got to hurry up. Clock's only going to stop for about 2 seconds while they set the chains. So referee winds the clock. 1:40 and counting. Lassick under center. Give goes inside to Vaughn. Gain of about 15, maybe 16. Clock will stop momentarily. Jags really got to hurry. They got to be on the ball and ready to go when the clock resets. They wind it with 1:28. Lassick. Courtesy of the Strath Panthers, who call a timeout on defense. Garnet Valley will talk it over.
Yeah, no, we talked in the first half there, buddy, and talked about the halftime adjustments and how the halftime adjustments were going to be made, and halftime adjustments were made. Jaguars came out flying high after that onside recovery by Kai Lopez, marched down the field, scored. Defense stopped, get the ball back again, score again. Minute and 21 seconds left in the game here, and like I said, barring a miracle, with a quick strike here and an onside, recovered onside kick.
Jaguars talk it over. Probably have 2 plays called here from offensive coordinator Rich Boyd. Lassick under center. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Devano, the wide receiver. Carroll, the slot back. Lopez, the motion man. Throw to Lopez on the bubble screen. He gets it, gets out of bounds wisely. Gain of about 6. Clock will stop. Only wasted about 6 seconds on the game clock. Minute 17 left. Lopez to the bottom of your screen. Carroll and Devano to the top. Lassick under center. 3-step drop. Looks, throws, out here, caught. Ollinger. See where they mark him. First down. They give him the first down at the 34-yard line, right at the sticks and the out of bounds. So with just 5 seconds going off the clock, Jaguars now ball on the 34. Continue to drive.
Jaguars are certainly now in a situation where they have to throw the ball and really have to throw the ball at least to the sticks or at least to the sidelines. Lassick play action, dropped, throws, underneath, Ollinger dropped. And to be honest with you, partner, that's probably the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah, he was short of the first down marker there, and tackle was made in bounds. And
yeah, Ollinger's runs the drag route. It's number 44, Sean Henry, and he's on Ollinger and would have tackled him inbounds in between the hash marks short of the first down marker. So while you would have liked the yardage, the stoppage of clock and only 6 seconds coming off the clock helps you as much as the 6 yards would have helped you. Lassick, empty backfield, rolls right, throws, dropped again. Intended for number 11, Dante Devano, just off his hands. That play they ran in the first half with the quick out. Rolled to the right this time, quick rollout from Lassick. Just off Devano's hands. Again, the Jaguars need the yardage, but they need they need quick yardage and stoppages of clock. So they've only ran 10 seconds off the clock in those last 2 plays, but they've picked up no yardage. So shotgun again, Lassick runs draw. Needs to pick up the first down. He does.
I don't think he gave
Clock stopped. They gave him the first down. Jaguars have to get to the ball. Jags got to go hurry up. Jags got to be on the ball when they spot it. They wind the clock. 54 and counting. Lassick in the shotgun. Snap, throws, looks. Best thing that could have happened. Yep, best thing that could have happened. Dante DeVono would not have been able to get to the first down sticks, would not have been able to get to the sideline, and it would have run off about 15 seconds of game clock. So, quick reset. Ball on the 23-yard line, 46 seconds left. Again, Jaguars empty. Lassick in the shotgun. Lopez to the bottom of your screen. Twins to the top. Lopez rolls. Throws back. Caught Lopez inside the 5-yard line. Jaguars have to hurry up. I would think the Jags, well, let's see if they fake spike and run toss. I doubt it because they need 2 scores. They won't run that. It's empty. Lassick looks, throws, caught, dropped. Keaveney. Pass thrown to big tight end Drew Keaveney, looking for his second touchdown catch of the game. Thought he had it off his hands. Let's see if the defensive back gets his hands on the ball. He's just so tall. Oh, yeah, it looks like a play made by number 27 there.
I think 27.
Yeah, big Ben Milligan. He had the extra point, that long extra point that made it a 2-score game and that pass breakup. So
Yeah, I think he was looking for the offensive pass interference.
31 seconds left. Give goes to Lopez, and he gets thrown down. Clock will run. Lopez injured, down, timeout. Clock was running, 20 seconds left. This is an interesting situation here. Jaguars couldn't stop the clock. Decided to try and run the ball on the jet sweep. Strathaven was all over it. Tackled Lopez for a loss of about 10 yards, maybe 12 yards. And Lopez came up hurt, but I think the Strathaven coaches are asking if there is a penalty or a 10-second runoff. I don't know the 10-second runoff rule. I know there is in college football. If you have an injured player without any timeouts to be able to stop the clock. I don't believe it's a high school rule, so they're going to wind the clock as soon as the ball gets set. You can see Coach Clancy and 3 members of his staff out on the field fairly upset, as you can understand. Lassick throws, fade, intended for DeVono. Incomplete. So, listen, it would have been hard.
to begin with, but that jet sweep tackle for a loss of 12 yards, 11 yards, certainly put the Jaguars in a tough situation. So with 14 seconds remaining, Jags down 9, 4th and goal from the 11. Vaughn and Larraris the backs. Lassick under center. Sets, throws, looking for Devano. Just overthrown out of his reach, and that will officially do it. Tried to run that just corner fade. You see Lassick puts the ball right in the corner of the end zone. Devano, Dante Devano, he ran the right route, and it was just a little bit overthrown. And so the Panthers will take a knee one final time with just 9.6 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not the way the Jags wanted this game to go, but I know there's some positive to come out of that second half and the way they fought.
Alrighty, everybody, our final game has ended here this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in with us for another wonderful episode of SFBN Zone. My name is Ryan Chbitsky. Make sure you check out all of the other things we have going on at sfbntv.com. We'll see you back here next Friday night at 7 p.m. for another installment of SFBN Zone. Have a great afternoon, or a great evening, and a great rest of your weekend.